Why, hello there, everybody. You know what time it is. It's Thursday, last technical stock trading day of the week. But don't worry, we'll still be doing a Friday stream. How is everyone feeling on Thursday? It's all green, all good, yeah? All green, all good for technology. It's happening. It's happening. Are we ready for 13,300 though? Well, I tell you what, look at this. Nasdaq 13.2. Whew. Things change quick. Things change quick. Yesterday we got through that 13,000. We knew that things looked bullish. They went straight up to our resistance. All our lines were interconnecting. And boy, oh boy, did we draw some good lines yesterday. Tahil has it going on. Hyper stonks. Just normal stonks using all of the emojis. That's good. Hi, Tom. Hi, Dr. Horton. Unmute, Tom. Don't worry. You're not getting me today. Maybe soon. I'm sure I'll be muted soon, but not just yet. Ricky says, wouldn't call this banger 80s music. Ready for the takeoff. Good morning, folks. I'm looking forward to Friday so I can learn about cryptos. That's right. Friday is non-farm payroll crypto Friday with a bit of collectibles. We're going to be doing it all here on the stream. Crude up. Brent up. Silver down. Gold actually doing better than expected. So gold not too bad. US dollar, not doing nothing much in particular, but Nasdaq. Let's have a look at the Nasdaq. We'll get started there. Where are we? Where's our lines? So you'll notice that I haven't changed anything from yesterday. Everything has remained the same. And I've got to say, guys, I was very impressed with you. Very impressed because we managed to get every single zone correct so far. Will we get our 13,300 right? Don't know why there's two lines there, but this is what we had set up. And we correctly had our 13,000 set up. Remember, this was the area that we were waiting for the close. It did happen on the smaller time frames, and it immediately moved towards the 13,176. Let me just zoom in and show how good we are. Look, 13. Oh, 13,174 for the session. Look, 174.5. It just shows every time they're sneaky out there. They know where the resistance is and they go a little bit before. So for day traders, for people that are interested in swing, for anything like that, or scalpers, remember, if you think that you're going to scalpel the market to the exact right point, you're not always going to get it to the right point. You're going to get to a little, it's like, getting really close, but not just quite there. Take it a few points early whenever possible. Good news, closed above in the futures here. We're now sitting at 13,232, and that's looking for a pre-market movement up to 13,300. What also may happen is we might get a little bit of a pullback back into the previous resistances. That could act as support as well and movement up. So everything's looking actually very bullish here for the Nasdaq, and it presents a bigger storyline, and that bigger storyline has always been there. It's been that massive inverse head and shoulders possibility. Let's go over here. Let's get rid of this for a second. Let's go to the Fang. And don't worry, we'll be talking about crypto in just a few moments because that was good too. Crypto's been a very strong market for us the last couple of days. So the Fang came in incredibly. Look at it. It was like an absolute beast. It was a bat out of hell, this one. And it came up 45.13, literally hit the resistance and went straight back down. So you can just see that pent up demand for tech that is there. They were tricking us, they were nasty, and now they allowed it through. What we're looking for today is a closure above 45.13. Now 45.13, don't ask me why really, other than it was the previous little close over here. And we know the close is the key. I don't care about the wicks so much. It's the close, the close, the close, the close. So if Wall Street tend to think this is a bullish move into Good Friday, into, of course, non-farms, into a long weekend, and happy if anyone leaves us straight away right here. I hope you have a great Easter. But yeah, if 45.13 is breached, we know that that is signaling 4,700 all-time highs potentially for the Fang. Very strong setup another inverse head and shoulders with a big right shoulder, and it all plays out here and all gets started. So 47 will be the next target for it, and it could be a bit of a party day. I do expect any closure above this, especially if it goes like maybe a 46, a pullback probably is in order to test from the top down and then further movement up. But it should act technically. This is actually exactly what you want to see and exactly the type of trap that we've been suspecting has been here for some time. Brian Owen says, can't see anything. Really? Really? Can't see anything? The market had a huge correction all month, says Natasha. Absolutely. April Fools is in October down there. Oh yeah, it's April Fools, but we're not doing anything in particular. We're not having an April Fool's stream because I'm just so excited about this market. Too excited. Go over to BTC. We'll talk about this one as well. James Hess, US $5 payment for my morning ticket. Well, you have been accepted, James. You're coming through into the stadium, and we are ready to go into the rocket soon together for today. That's what we're doing, James. Your ticket is paid. TMC, US $5. Tom, thoughts on the GGB? I am considering longer holding it with close above $5.45 on the daily. Added to the Discord private chat for groups thoughts also. Very cool, TMC. I'll have a look at that during the stream and then maybe a little bit after the stream. We'll see what we can do. Thank you for the donation, sir. Now, let's talk about this BTC. Let's talk about where it is. Also, we need to talk about Ethereum today because that's been pretty nice. I posted this in the community today, the private one, and I mentioned something that was really important about that I'm noticing on BTC. And that is that it seems to continuously fail to be able to close, remember close is the key, above the 59,331. So yesterday we got it perfect. We knew that the slingshot was coming through and it went very, very well. It was a great trade. You guys saw it. We all saw it together. It was very nice live. If you are new here, go check it out. It was some great technical analysis. And every time that is a good setup. So definitely scroll through yesterday's video and have a look for the Bitcoin parts. We've now got to this point of 59,331. And every time we reach this, we sell off. There was one body close here, but then recently, body close, wick, wick, wick. So what I'm looking for, and let's say it does come off our favorite 4-hour 20 right now, because Bitcoin is coming down at this stage. Let's say it bounces here. I'm actually not really picking it up at this level. I'm thinking, okay, I want to close above here. And when I get a close above here on a 4-hour, then we can smash 60,000 and move to the 62. That's probably the higher probability style trade. Sometimes picking it up is good. Sometimes waiting for the close is good. We'll see through this session how this whole thing interacts, and we'll have a very good idea of what occurs. Remember, in trading and swing trading and scalping and everything, things can change. But at this stage, everything looks fine for Bitcoin. It's continuing to rise with the 20 moving average. I just noticed that it wasn't able to close at any point through here. And similar to DOT with the price we're going to talk about later, it just can't get through. And when a stock can't get through, a commodity, a currency, whatever it is, it's super important that we understand a break above this is going to trigger large purchases, very large purchases. We'll move over to Ethereum because Ethereum's having a day in the sun, though it is rejecting right now. Hit 1966. Very strong setup yesterday. Another one that I was really, really bullish on into the 1930. End up hitting the 1930s, gone a little bit higher. And if it can consolidate around here and continue with the bullish momentum, I'm thinking Ethereum could be in a whole new top, like I'm talking like 2,300, 2,200 over the next couple of months. There are some reasons why. We're actually hitting altcoin metrics. So this is a website that I sometimes go to, and you'll notice here altcoin season that the scale is high, 86. We are hardcore in altcoin season. I've gone to all of the data, and look, this is where you have to be very careful in the altcoins because it means altcoins are way stronger than Bitcoin, which we've seen for some time now. And as that goes parabolic, we expect things like Ethereum to do well. We expect things like DOT to do well and other alts to do quite well accordingly. Then the normal switch will occur where all of a sudden people will go back into Bitcoin. And you can see how many times this has happened over the years. So it's a very interesting type of chart to be taking a look at. We also know that we're partway through the cycle right now, and that's going to be important for us to consider. Let's have a look at DOT. I want to check DOT out instantaneously. Amazing price action. Yesterday we said $38.20. It actually hit it perfectly, came back down, consolidated, and now is trying to close above. All DOT needs, it's all about the daily close. Daily close above 38, kind of 20, 38, 30. It hasn't been able to do it for quite some time. Look, just keeps failing to get through there. What do you guys think about DOT? Do you like DOT? You in DOT? Let me know. TMC will do yours in just a few moments. People are just like, do Tesla, do Tesla, do Tesla. I will do Tesla. It's okay. We will do Tesla. Check Doji. We're not, do I really want to load Doji? I don't think so. Doji had a little laugh a little bit ago, April Fools. Oh, Doji. You know, Doji's on TradingView at the moment. I think if you have the app open, it's like all over there. It's crazy. Tech me once, shame on you. Tech me twice, shame on me, says Tequila Boost. That's not bad. Anyone in DOT? Everyone's just Doji life right now. There's no DOT whatsoever. Okay. Doji all day. TMC. Let's do the GGB first then. It's too much Doji chat. You said here, close above 545 on the daily, added to, yep. So you're wondering what is going on with this. Well, firstly, we need to have a look at the larger time frames. Do I think 545 is the right zone? I would say yes. You would be correct in that statement. You're doing correct analysis anyway. You've waited for this thing for quite some time. You've been patient. You know the support was here. You know it's resistance, resistance, resistance. And now it looks like it's trying to break through. And yeah, you'd be correct. This is a steel manufacturer, it looks like. It is going for it. It's actually a multi-year high. So you've got to think, this is actually a 2018, 2013 massive resistance line for it. How has Toyota dealt with that? It has moved up, so it's been pretty significant. We've got nice bullish wicks, bullish rejection wicks. We have a weekly 20 that's been bouncing off. And I would think because it's a weekly, it'll do something like this and then movement up. You're correct. 545 is the right zone. When it closes through there, it could open up the next area. And I'm actually pretty bullish minerals until the end of the year. Remember, look at the cycles for minerals. Look at the cycles for these companies in the past. Coming out of the global financial crisis is one of the most important things that we can do. It's such an important factor when it comes to making sure we get the right levels and more importantly, get the timing right in the investments. So yeah, 545 is correct. Look for the close above, and then you're probably going to move to something like a 650, and then 650 will be a resistance just because there was some over here. It's probably going to be some again. We also have to consider that it's basically stopped right around 550, 545. Therefore, maybe 645 could be the next zone. Think about it a little bit technically like that. What are people saying about DOT? I'm in DOT since $6, says James Neo. Good work. Do you have SpaceBud's NFT project? I do not. DOT and TRX, says Alex B. Good. I'm planning on getting into DOT. It's going to 100, says Robert Schwartz. Is 100 possible? Yeah, probably. That would make it like 20 billion size? Yeah, 120 billion would be possible. Anything's possible like that. ATX Mized, $5. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Hope you are going well, mate. I am. Could you have a look at my pal AMP on the Gemini exchange? We will have a look at that one. We'll look at AMP in just a few moments. So GGB looks good. Let's continue our look around the markets before we get into AMP. Let's have a look at the 10-year treasuries. So 10-year treasury is struggling a little bit. Let's go to the 4-hour. Here's the 4-hour, 172. Nothing to really report. It's on its slow, gradual kind of way towards the 195, which we think is perfectly normal. Remember, dollar index in the middle of nowhere land. And I think what's going to happen today is you're probably going to see relatively small movements in the dollar index, relatively small movements across some of the markets, especially tomorrow. It's going to be quite dead. However, you will have this movement continuing into tech. because people are getting bullish on it, and it will probably at least go bullish till 13,300. So remember, non-farm payrolls is on Friday. We'll be live streaming it here. It's going to be an interesting one because we don't have that many markets open. We obviously have the crypto markets open that'll move, probably the Forex markets as well that'll be moving, and we'll be taking a look at those all from a technical level. I think it'll be important. Dollar index, though, today in the middle of nowhere land. I'm watching it on a 2-hour, I think. I'm watching it on a bit of a 2-hour here just to see how it sits around this 20 moving average. Busted through once. I'd want to have it on new high. There's no reason to say the dollar index has hit a resistance. It's really still in the trend for now. We'll go over to gold. What's going on with gold? Gold hit the level. Yesterday we were talking about this 1720 level. It literally reached 1719.70 and then instantly started selling off. Now, there were two key zones that I had. One of them was 1700 and the next one was 1720. And this was where we expected the breakout to occur to push towards 1700. That did so very quickly. And then it broke again, pushed up to the 1720. So gold is back in my good books because these technicals are making some sense. Now, as gold comes back down now, I expect it to find some support around 1705 after selling through here. And that's where it'll make the next decision on where it's going to go. Is it going to go bullish here or is it going to go bearish here? It's to be determined. We don't know at this stage, but this level is where I think the sell-off will go to for gold. It should be an interesting zone. Anyone trade this one? Anyone trade gold yesterday? Nice little consolidation down here led to much bigger gains than we suspected, but it's nice to see the 1720 be respected instantaneously as a level, which is really, really key. I mean, this was 1, 2, 3, 4 touches. If it is not finding resistance here, that's not cool. It should definitely be finding resistance here. Latina Brewer says, morning SPY options, your thoughts? What kind of SPY options are you looking at? When you say SPY options, that could mean anything. It really could mean anything. Remember, guys, give us a big like if you like the video. It does help out with the YouTube algorithm. And if you're enjoying the stuff so far, remember to get that subscription button out as well. Let's have a look at AMP here on the Gemini Exchange. Crypto, Gemini Exchange. Thank you for always telling me which one you're looking at it on. So there was a nice consolidation. Now, I remember last time we were looking at this, we felt okay about it, if I remember rightly. We felt okay about it. Let's go back over here to the 8-hour as well. 8 hours of very underutilized technical analysis time frame. So you had your little double bottom. There it is, little double bottom. Then we moved up. Then we sold back down. You know it's acting technically because it found instantaneous buying pressure there. And now you're at the resistance. So the good news is everything's playing out the way you want it to. But you are at the resistance. And there's never been an 8-hour close above this resistance. So instantaneously, I'm thinking, okay, we're at around that 30, which is a psychological zone. We're pushing through it right now. We haven't closed above it. But when you close above this, it could trigger some serious buying. Things like 0.035, a huge percentage, of course, for AMP on the Gemini Exchange here. Another one that is more likely is probably something like a 0.038. And as a percentage, let's have a look how big that is. As a percentage, that is 25%. So very significant movement. It looks strong. I would be looking for this 8-hour to close above here, and then that to signal further bullish pressure. And what I would then do is go into something like a 1-hour or a 2-hour and see how the implementation has been with wick purchasing. Probably no clear moving average. Usually I would go to like a 1 hour and I'd say, okay, how many 20s do we have touched? And then every 20 pullback, I'd be very, very confident. Because remember, it's not just about knowing, okay, this is going to 0.038 or this is going to 0.034. It's about how do we get confidence to hold the position through those points. It's really, really important. Things look good here, man. AMP on the Gemini Exchange looks solid. It's got solid higher lows. It's got a solid base that happened. It has a solid pickup, which means it's acting technically, which is always great. And that means that you can more accurately predict where the next levels are. You know this level is hardcore for it. This level's been tough in the past. Look, supports, resistances. So now you're waiting for 8-hour daily closes. Looks really, really good. And wish you all the best with it. 0.038 and some problems at 0.034. Harry is in the building. Harry, you happy today? Tesla Harry is in the building, guys. Give Tesla Harry a clap because he's loving it. I haven't looked at Tesla, but I know it was sitting at 667. I'm pretty sure it's up 2% pre-market, something like that. Tesla Harry is here. Rasta Hall, US $5. Any thoughts on Coinbase going public? Also, what is your intro song? I want that as my alarm. So what I would suggest with the intro song is that you cut the section out of it because the song itself is not that great. Jim says video quality is kind of poor, bro. Let me see if I can increase it for you today. We had some issues yesterday with it. I am getting faster net. I cannot change it while I'm in here. So you may have to just put up with it today and I'll have it improved for tomorrow. They should switch me over to the new plan. They should hopefully have it. We've had some drops. Is the video okay? Should be able to change it. Kevin says, I hit the thumbs up and the thumbs down at the same time. Well, thank you very much, Kevin. You're neutraled. That probably is actually even better for the algorithm. It's probably even better. So what are my thoughts on Coinbase going public? I don't really have any strong thoughts about that being good because with Coinbase, it's a lot of hype and I feel like, yes, they're big. Yes, they've done a great thing, but there's also a lot of other players in the space. If I was Coinbase, would I want to go IPO? Hell yeah, I would. But I also am concerned about the type of cycle we're in. Remember, if you think about crypto and you think about the cycles that have been pretty consistent in the past, is this the one? There we go. The cycles that have been pretty consistent in the past. How far along are we? So let's say we're here and we believe firmly, okay, we're right around where we want to be in the crypto cycle right now. And we also know there's usually a hyper extension sometime around that December, November period for Bitcoin. And then maybe that January period, things turn out like they did every other time before. If you're a believer in this cycle and you think, oh, do I want to buy the Coinbase IPO? It's probably going to have a hype in it. And that hype is therefore going to be a successful trade concept. But after that, do you want to hold it through this type of time? It will hold better than the cryptos will because people will still be trading. However, I don't think that is something that I like. It's all about timing, yeah? It's a trade versus an investment. From an investment standpoint, I'd be worried of this type of thing. From a trade standpoint, there could be some success in it. What do you guys think of the Coinbase IPO? Let me know in the chat right now. Chat, what do you think? What do you think about Coinbase? Do you reckon it's going to go up in the IPO and then lower over time? That's what I'm thinking. Got questions about PLTR already. We'll do it. We'll do Tesla just very, very, very soon. So Rasta Hall, that are my thoughts there. And the intro strong is, could someone just post it in the room? I know a few of you guys have it. I think it's, you had it right yesterday. Someone posted, oh yeah, Through the Money by Rassi. That is true. Through the Money by Rassi. Cut it up though. You want the little bit in the middle, not the rest of it. It ain't so good. Let's talk about Disney. I want to just mention Disney here because I do think that it had a decent movement down in it. So Disney moved down. It bounced off this level here after what was way too much hype. Around here, everyone in the room was telling me, buy Disney. Oh, you told me you love Disney. Yeah, I like Disney, but I like it at the right prices. So I think that the prices make some type of sense down here. And I was posting this in the public Discord room. And then I said, this is one of the things I look at. And one of the things I always look at is I go outside of the fundamentals a bit. Look, do I believe Disney is going to continuously add members to its streaming service? Of course. As it adds these new shows, it's going to have success there. But the big problem is that everyone thinks that way. So you have to be where they're growing at a number that's so insane that the market can't even expect that number. How do you do that? Google Trends. Google Trends can definitely help you searching things like Disney Plus, how many people in the US are searching it, all of that type of stuff goes into consideration when you're buying these types of things for longer term. 180 support, and then really one of the worst case scenarios here in Disney was probably going to be the 20 exponential on the weekly. So even if it fell off more, it might just go to 180, find buyer pressure. So I think resistance, support here makes some sense for Disney to return back to 200. Is it an exciting trade? Maybe not compared to hyperstonks, but it's certainly not the worst price that we've seen on Disney over the last couple of months. You're starting to get December pricing, if not even the start of December pricing after that massive move that came through, which made me very, very happy. That was awesome. When they basically sold out every one of their franchises. It's going to be good, but I'm still scared of what they're going to do to those franchises. Let's have a look at Tesla. Let's do it. What did people say about... Let's see what people... Check Doji. We'll check it soon, don't worry. What were people saying about Coinbase? Coinbase is pure hype, lol, says Valdo. Yep. I despise Coinbase, says Rook and Pawn. Run, Forest, run, says James. People do not like it. Overvalued, says SPAC Broker. And a SPAC broker knows. Because he knows how to pump the SPACs. So then if he's saying overvalued, that's terrifying. Who uses it? Apparently plenty, but why? Because they're noobs. So people that generally sometimes use it are just absolutely new and they go buy. Okay, I own it now. They want the simplest concept ever. They don't want to trade. They don't want to use these types of charts. They don't want to do all those types of things. So they use Coinbase. And that's my main concern as the market matures, as more people get interested. And let's face it, there's 1,100, 1,100 people in this room right now talking to us. And all of you have taken an interest past that step to a pretty high degree. And therefore, that's what's going to happen a lot. As the market matures, people move to new tools and the simple ones become less popular. You've already seen people move away from Robinhood into more powerful software. How many people moved away from Robinhood and went to more powerful software? I'm sure quite a few did. BTC dipping. Let me click on BTC. Oh, that's a decent dip. I'm looking for, but still not underneath our 20 moving average on the 4 hour. I'm looking for a closure again, 59,350. I want to close above this level. And when we get above this level, we can then trigger because it's been way too restricted throughout. Way too restricted throughout. Let's have a check around the markets before we go and have a look at Tesla. Let's have a look what's going on here. All right, Toyota down 2%. We've got Johnson & Johnson down 1.23. These are the big mega caps. And we have some massive moves in tech. Shopify up 2.85. Pin, Duo 4.72. SEA, Klim, you'll be happy, 2.63%. Roku 2.45. Teladoc. This is going to push the ARK fund quite a lot. This is going to move the ARK fund quite a lot. Here we go. We've got moved to Webull, says Muhammad. Went to Webull, says Ariel. Went to Fidelity. Hope that wasn't a mistake, says Tahil. Set up a free wallet for my mum and grandma. It's better to be on Coiner than a non-Coiner. That's true. Etsy, Tesla, Twilio, Zoom, Trade Desk, Zscaler. It is all tech and all hyperstonks. That is what's happening. I haven't looked at GME AMC yet. Let's have a look here. Let's go to the speculation tab. Let's click. Okay, Tilray up 23.40. People in Tilray getting that 21 support would be very, very happy right now. Palantir up 2.14%, almost back above the magical 24. That'll be nice. GameStop 2.11, 193. Bit of a disappointing day yesterday for GameStop. Probably make or break over the next two trading sessions. Sundial. Terrible stock. We won't even talk about it. BlackBerry making some recovery, though that got absolutely bashed yesterday, 9.74%. And then the rest. So look, it's a mixture of results right now in these. You can see it's all about hyper stocks right now. Things like the tech stocks, they're just going absolutely mental and doing very, very well. But others, bit of a mixed batch. Welcome to the 1,165 people that are joining us here, 2 hours away from stock market open. Done some of the cryptos. We've done our BTC thoughts, obviously Ethereum thoughts. Got ADA to do still, but I don't think ADA has really changed. Continues to hover around 116. What I will say about ADA is that if DOT continues its run and let's say it has like a really hyper move. I'll show you how to tell when the next one's going to happen. So if you go here and you go Coinbase, oh, sorry, not Coinbase, Coin Market Cap, because market capitalization plays a big part in altcoin theory. So here we've got Cardano 37. So the reason why I think Polkadot should have gone up and why it is going up is because it was behind Cardano. These two had been historically moving with each other. So they were, this one goes up and meets it, etc., etc., etc. Now what happens is as Polkadot, let's say Polkadot overtook it. Let's say it goes past 38 and it goes towards the 50. What do you think is going to happen to Cardano? It's of course going to move with it. So Cardano is going to continue with it and they're all going to go up together. The one or two things that are against this, of course, XRP and Litecoin. I also think Chainlink has been sleeping for some time. So Chainlink has been sleeping for quite a while. If we scroll further down, Stellar also sitting around for quite some time. Keep going through. This one has been a breakout star for me. Kusama. Pretty good. So that's linked in, of course, the dots, like hyperactive dot. And the only reason it was good a while ago was worth 1 billion. So market capitalization size plays probably one of the biggest things when you're talking about cryptocurrencies. How big is it in comparison to Bitcoin? How big is it in comparison to Ethereum? A very important factor. Is it going to be hard to surpass things like 50 billion and hold it? Yeah, it's going to be hard. 100, because then you're starting to really encroach on Ethereum space. So you need Ethereum to have like 100 billion up, and then everything else can start moving with it. That's one of the thought processes I always use. When people say, oh, I think that, you know, Bitcoin's going to go to, I don't know, $400,000, then, you know, market capitalization size, you need a lot of entrants for that to happen. You need super funds to be invested as an alternative asset. It's the only way to get through. Otherwise, it's just not going to happen. My Robinhood account is literally stupid. Only thing in it is my damn Doji, but that makes me laugh. All right, I'm going to click on this Doji. People have been going crazy about today. Let me have a look. Whoa. No. God damn, Doji going up. Look at it go. 28%. Does that mean XRP is going to go next? XRP usually runs with the Doji. Why is this running, guys? You know I hate this coin. Why is this running? Is this a tweet by Elon again, or is there some reason? Or is it just a pure pump dump? Look at it go. My God. It's horrible. All right, let's have a quick look at where we think Doji may go from here. So the good news is that Doji seems to be on a rampage that's broken through all the previous resistances. So it's gotten past the 0.63, which means that it could be going to the 0.08. But I tell you, I would be there and I would be like, goodbye. This would be me. I would literally be like sitting here. And then as the Doji comes up, I'll basically just have a little like thing that comes out. And I'll just say sell. Damn it, sell it. Get rid of it. That's me anyway. My opinion, you make your own decision. April Fools, yes. Elon tweet. Oh, so pumpy, so dumpy. All right, let me bring it up. Oh my God, Elon Musk and his tweets. Let me look here. I'm surprised he's not getting in trouble for this, you know. SpaceX is going to put a literal Dogecoin on the literal moon. Oh my God. And that moves it this much. Wow. Look at him. And there it is. Well, the best case scenario here is you get to this point. I don't think you're going to get much further than that. And you know that you've got to be very, very careful. So get down into the smaller time frames. Look at the little pullbacks if there even is one. Let's have a look, 5 minutes. It's just so vertical right now. I could see it move through lines to the 0.079, even though that's insane. It's just when it gets started. Look at that. Look at that chunking. All right, we'll watch it for today's session. Doji isn't regulated. That's true. John Sparrow said. I know that's why he gets done for it, but yeah. Wow, 0.07. Michael Davis says Musk plus April Fools is less than reliable. Nothing with this coin is very reliable. Elon's pump again. I see it. We're watching it. All right, well, let me just quickly fix something. And then we'll keep going in this. All right, we're going to put it in the thing. All right, there we go. We've fixed the title considering... Oh, actually, it should be Doji to Mars. We'll fix the title here. All right, it's fixed, guys. All good. All right, Elon's helping with the content. Dollar index. Let's go back over to dollar index. I just want to quickly talk about this long leg Doji, not Dogecoin. Low, high, complete indecision. Do not expect this to be broken out of before the Federal, or not before the Federal Reserve, before the non-farm payrolls number. When the non-farm payrolls number comes out, you'll either get a close above or you'll get a close below. Could I predict how it's going to play? Even if I knew the number, I still couldn't predict what the market was going to do on that one with dollar index, because it depends how Wall Street, the algorithms want to interpret it. But this will be very important to shape the way that the stock market is going to move next. So non-farm payrolls, as always, is a pretty critical number. I think it's more critical tomorrow than normal. And the biggest reason behind that is we've actually had a little bit of negative results out of the US. So if we have negative results and they start compounding, you got 1, you got 2, you got 3, you got 4, you got 5, and etc. And they all start compounding together. When you have the big kahuna number that comes out, that actually pushes it a huge amount. Okay? It's all about stacking terrible things together to make one normal picture. And if you get little bits of snippets of good information coming into it, and that's why you should have like the ups and downs of basically economic theory throughout that month. When the big bit comes out, if that confirms the bias that already comes in, it goes absolutely insane that direction. Now we have a donation here, and it looks like Rinki Sharma, 1,000 rubles, I believe. 1,000 rubles. Thank you so much for supporting the stream. You get a special pink banner for that. I'm not sure how much it is, but thank you very much for the donation. I do appreciate it. There's no message on that one. Yep, so long leg doji, not the coin. Very important zone tomorrow. Continue to watch dollar index. I would literally have both of these alerted. I would alert that, and I would alert this side, even if I wasn't at the stream, even if I wasn't, watching the result. I would want to know where this is going. It's super important we know. Okay, let's go over to Tesla. A lot of you will be interested in this one. 2.15%, 682. So you've not only, pretty much yesterday, you did what you needed to do. And that was you got past the 660 zone with a close. That went bullish. Yep, Tesla's back in the bull train. Now we go towards 700. And I wouldn't be surprised to see it this session today. Remember, if the Nasdaq goes towards 13,300 today, where's Tesla going to go? Tesla is going to move in to the $700 bracket. When 700 is reached, expect selling lines there. Go into the bid lines. Have a quick look at that level. It's going to be super important. But 700 for the Tesla, that's where I'm seeing it. Then if it gets through, we've got 720 as the next bracket. And the next level after that is going to be all about 780, 800. There's so much participation phase after the 720 that there is going to be a very nice series of moves that could happen here. And it's all going to time in with 13,300 Nasdaq. It's all syncing up. It's all syncing up. Everything we've been talking about for the last 3 weeks is all syncing up to the next couple of days and the next couple of sessions. What do we know about April? We know it is a bullish month generally. Is this year going to be any different? I did a poll here in the community. 50% of you were actually negative on April. 50% in a statistically very high from 1928 to 2021. So Wall Street may have actually done the correct thing with scaring so many people. Because remember, it's their best interest to make you think that things will not happen again. I saw the mass media posting a lot of negatives on April as well. But the stats don't lie. April is a very bullish month. It's not this bullish because that's destroyed because of the 2020 crash and then regain in April. But it's still very bullish month. We've got bullish gains, and once we get through 13,300, we can literally move to the next level. So Tesla's looking great. It's a strong close. It's back in. It's above the 20, and now we've got a 682. So look at the 700, look at the 720, and once you get through 720, I believe, in my opinion anyway, we could be moving towards 780 and 800. Pretty phenomenal. To kill a boost, rubles, the Dogecoin of currency, joking. I'm a bull for April, says amateur day trader. Crypto up to infinity and beyond, says keep life simple. Whoa, 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 whoa. We've got some donations coming in here, guys. Cold steel, US, $5. Good morning. What do you think of rail? Oh, cool donation, Cold steel. We'll check that out in a minute. And then we've got Mohammed Kasim, US, $50. Give a massive clap out to Mohammed Kasim. My God. Clap. We need claps in the chat, guys. I made a good profit yesterday from Amazon. Congratulations, sir. Because of your explanation on chart, and I'm improving my knowledge from your videos. That's cool. Thank you. All this after I lose 30K on March pullback. I am trying to get some of those losses back. Well, I wish you the best, Mohammed. Thank you very much. And I'm glad you made some money on Amazon. Remember, one of the things that you have to do if you ever take a big, heavy loss, and that's a considerable loss, as you know, when you do that, what you really need to do is you need to step back from it and say, look, I've lost this money. I need to regroup and I need to come back. One thing that I know people do, and this probably comes more from the poker world, but I remember that people have done this, is they go out and this particular person, he would smash watermelons. Now, why would he smash watermelons? I don't know. But that was one of the ways that he dealt with the anger of what he'd done. And then he was completely normal after that. Bizarre, I know. But it is about getting rid of your triggers. Remember, a lot of mistakes, and Mohammed probably could attest to this, is due to the fact that you have what's called the revenge trade. And we've all done the revenge trade. It's very bad. Tom's done the revenge trade after the wheat trade. He did bad trades. And it's because that's human psychology. So, Mohammed, I do wish you the best. I'm glad you did a really great trade in Amazon. Continue to not think about the 30 and not really focus on that. Focus on each trade at a time. I really mean it, man. Focus on each trade and don't focus on getting the 30 back, because that'll put a stress on you that will really hurt you there. So, Mohammed, again, thank you. Cold steel, US $5 for rail. So my thoughts on Tesla, all good. 700 today, very possible. Next level, 720. Level after that, literally 800. But I would box it. I'll actually box it now, and I'll leave the box on the screen for next week if it does occur. That 780 I'll be watching. I will be watching that level. We'll leave this one to the right-hand side over here. All right, let's go and check out rail. Doing very nicely. Interesting. We haven't actually had this one on the channel, I don't think, before. Let's go to the weekly. I feel like a few of these trades, some of them they're breaking up very hard in this recovery phase. But on top of that, they're really breaking past any previous peaks. And are they going for their previous supports, like $11 here? I think these are two incredibly strong candles. I'm not sure whether it's a hyperextension and whether the market's getting ahead of itself. I mean, yesterday was insane. It was up 35.7%. It's at 35.7%. Is that what it says? That can't be correct. I think it's wrong on a price. 627 pre today. 2 hours. It looks strong. I mean, that's a bullish. I would probably think this part. So we come down again. We find support here. What price is this? 596. Probably 2 hour comes back up. We know the 2 hour has found support once before. So I think around the $6 is going to act as support and it's going to sell back to that. And then I think you're going to have buying pressure off the 6, hopefully, and you can move up. It's not a super strong technical. You got to be careful on this rail. But thank you for the donation. I actually really like railroad stocks. This is obviously a construction one, but I really do like railroad stocks. So you can always go and look at those. They're pretty consistent at making around 7 to 10% per year. They're completely boring, but they're pretty consistent. It's actually one of the only stocks that's done that for like 100 years, some of the other rail stocks. Yeah, right there is where I'm looking. $6. I think it's going to pull back on this one. 1,000 rubles is $16 in CAD, says Kevin. Bradley back, US $5. GNLN. Is it following its trend line to resistance or just an overreaction from earnings and the new acquisition? Well, let's have a look at that. Johnny Bravo says, at Tom, FX Rinky wants to know about ADA attention. What does that mean? We've looked at it. We've looked at ADA. Nothing's changed. It's just market capitalization and it goes to 116 and then bounces off it. That's really what's happening. 116, it's super important buy zone. It has to hold. Any bearish pressure that comes into here will be met by, hopefully, by demand. And where are we looking for daily close? You want it above 121, and then you can start moving back to your 133, and then you get your 147. They're all of your key zones there. Let's have a look here. GNLN. This is for Bradley back. Welcome to the 1,410 viewers out there that are viewing us for Thursday. You guys hyped for what is going to be probably a very green day on the tech stocks, and more importantly, we might be witnessing history. Because I just checked the S&P 500, and did you know that we are at 39.92 in the futures? So will we witness together today the highest point that the stock market has ever been, plus 1,000-point increment for the very first time? It is actually very rare for this to happen through people's trading careers, because not everyone stays around. So I can tell you, this would be cool. I'm really excited to go to the 4,000. I'm really excited to go there. GNLN, $5.50. Is it on its trend line? So you're probably talking about this bit here. I mean, it bounced a little bit lower, but that makes sense because it went to the horizontal resistance and support. You're wondering whether it has some trend line to the upside. What are you thinking here? Looks okay. I mean, that's a huge return. But until it gets above 604, it's not really finding enough, is it? 601. Move up, close above, and then you can move continuously. This resistance is very, very, very strong. So I think you're in the middle of it. Maybe this is the first level, being that 530, pre's 550. I would think 6, it goes towards 6, finds resistance. If it starts coiling, when it breaks through, pull back, and then movement up. 7 could be in the sights as well. There's some good levels here, but it's all about 6 for GNLN. Thank you so much. Bradley back. Good luck with that one. Tom is excited. Oh, I'm excited. I mean, I'm very excited for 4,000 S&P. You guys don't know. Like, I've only witnessed a few thousands. Think about it. I haven't witnessed that many, even in over 10 years. These things make me happy. Why not? Thanks for the waves, guys, as well. Do appreciate that. We have Rinky Sharma, 2,000 rubles. Can you tell me about ADA? This is what we're talking about. Should I sell it? I have lots. I bought at 1.197. I have lots. Please help me with this. So I have a feeling you have a lot. Let's go back over to ADA, but it really doesn't change too much what I'm thinking. So the 116 is very good support. It's very good support. I repeat that again. It's been holding off that zone. And more importantly, you have the bullish wicks. So you have these bullish wicks here. Resistance, resistance, bullish movement, bullish movement. Now, if you're wondering where you're in the clear and where you start to feel a little bit better about it, yeah, you probably need to close past 1.2. Even on the 2 hour here, it's been just jumping up and down all over the place. So you need a little close above 1.2. Is it looking bad? Let me go down the 15 minute. We'll get dirty on the smaller time frames for you. Not really. There's nothing very bad about it. 1.16. I don't know how much you have. You just keep saying a lot. Yeah. Yeah, 1.2. I mean, I understand you've got a lot of money in the line. I can't give you advice on it. But from a technical perspective, things look okay. Oh, it's rupees, says Tyrone. All right, it's rupees. There we go. I've been told off that it's the wrong one. All right, well, again, thank you for the donation. 1.2. Yeah, I think resistance is okay. Then you move towards 1.23. Then you can move towards 1.28. You've got it at 1.197. There's no reason to think that this is weakening right now. It is finding support. It is finding the correct resistance. Look for a closure above 1.2. It seems to be most likely probable. I mean, Bitcoin hasn't broken under any of the key points. And even when Bitcoin was lower, remember ADA was holding. So as DOT moves up, as the other currencies move up, you would think ADA is going to come along for the ride. Good luck on this one. But there's no indication that this is weakening at this point. Let's give some claps out for Rinky. Good luck, Rinky. You need claps. Wave to you, man. Wave to you. Good luck. What's a revenge trade? I want to see $1 million, says Keep Life Simple. Jordan Santos says, what's a revenge? You know, Jordan, you know what a revenge trade is. Now, for anyone that's joining, yes, I understand the Doji is moving up. The Doji is moving up. And it's moving quite heavily here. Remember, this is pumpy dumpy. So if you get into it, you got to be very, very careful. And when it starts to find weakness, people run for the hills. So have we just seen weakness on it? We'll continue looking through that one. Actually, I think Rinky probably needs the fence, guys, on ADA. Do we need to drop the fence for him? I think we need to drop the fence for you on ADA. I feel okay about the 1.16. We'll drop the fence. Tyrone Abella, 5 Australian dollars. If you can draw a fence, is it possible to also draw a roof? I need to sell some calls. Where do you want the calls, Tyrone? You want them at 4,000? Is that where you want them? I don't know where you want the calls. But yeah, roofs can come in. I think fences, roofs, why not? Why not? Doji is losing steam here, so we need to be very, very careful. Oh, look at it, chunk. It's always interesting watching this coin, even though I hate it with a passion, because I know it's boom and bust all over the place on Doji, and is based on Elon's tweet. How long does Elon's tweet usually sustain? It actually doesn't sustain very long. This is sustained now for 10:15. So that's 1 hour ago. So it's actually sustained longer than his normal tweets. Pretty impressive stuff. Remember, it usually returns back after his tweet. I'll put down a quick fence for you here on ADA because I'm feeling all right. I'll have to draw the fence where I think the heavy support is. There we go. It's going to literally go all the way across. That's a big fence. There's barbed wire in this one. There we are. So it's down. 116, fence is down for ADA. It is all good. It's all good. Verified news, US $2. Calls on socks. We'll check out socks in just a few moments. Rupees, says Krunal. Yes, I was wrong. It's not rubles. It's rupees. Gold, we had a look at that. 1720 was resistance. It's sold off a little bit. Let's have a look at silver here. Silver found more support than I thought. Actually, a little pretty good structure actually ended up happening on the smaller time frames, around 2420 breakout. and now it's trying to test the 2450. Previous supports acting as resistance. It's trading very, very similar to gold, almost identical in the formation and things. For people that like silver, good news is a little bit of buying pressure happens here. When this closes in 2 minutes, if it closes like this, that will be another strong buy sign. And then once it goes through with momentum, you would think it would be putting pressure on 2450 fairly soon after that. So silver is doing okay. US 100, again, things are looking very, very, very good here in the market. 13,300 is the target for the resistance, just purely resistance across the board. A 13.3 breakout will be massive for the market, guys. Let's have a look at around the markets, see what's going green, what's going red. We'll do our GME AMC situation as well very, very soon. Tilray 3.65. Right, blockchain, Palantir. Yes, I know, Palantir will do soon. 23.91. It's almost back in the zone you want it. Then on the downside here, we have GameStop. We've got BlackBerry, Ocugen, Nokia, Zemedia Corp, AMC. So they're not as strong. The kind of meme, the meme stonks, they're not doing as well in this what is all sea of green for tech. We've got Pin, Duo, Trade Desk, which was beaten down very, very heavily. Shopify, Baidu coming back strong, 223 now, was 175 the other day. Roku, Teladoc Health, good. Come on, Teladoc, get back up there. Hideous thing. It's been so bad, Teladoc. Getting back into that 170 support line. Let me just show you how crazy Teladoc got. Look at it. November support. And actually Teladoc was trading, and I repeat this, the 23rd of March last year. You could have bought Teladoc. You could have held it to now and it's still worth the same amount of money. That's almost unbelievable to me when you think about the fact that it doubled from that price. So even though it was going hyperactive into that price, it then doubled almost and then came all the way back down. What's top to bottom here? This is what hurt the ARK fund. Top to bottom is a 44% decline, and it's still down before the pre-market today, 40%. That's some incredible losses there on Teladoc. All right, let's go back up here. Verified news calls on stocks. I saw the semiconductor index. It looked pretty good. So pre-market, I assume it'll actually be up, but that was a breakout yesterday. If you go to the daily, you'll see it. Daily breakout, closes lower, very significant level. I think someone asked me this in the chat today and in the chat rooms. Breakout did occur. I'm still a little bit wary of this one, but I think because it had 1, 2, 3, and more importantly, the closes wall around there, it's a level that does make sense. And because it makes some sense, then when a close happens above it, we've got to pay attention to it. What becomes the next levels of targets? So I'm not too big on this gap up kind of level where it made 32.68. I'm more big on maybe these close points as a resistance. So I'm thinking resistance around here. But realistically, with the semiconductor index, I feel like it's going to move with the NAS. So as the NAS goes and makes new all highs and everything, I'd just be following the Nasdaq index. I'm always big on find the thing you like the most within a sector. So let's say it's semiconductors. And if you like semiconductors the most, and then you can go and have a look at the Nasdaq, and the Nasdaq has broken past 13,300. It looks like it's going towards 13,600, 14,000, etc. When it's doing that, you just follow that trend on your preferred vehicle, and your vehicle should overpower the actual, it should run with the NAS, and it should also stop with the NAS. Now, in this case, we had the peak 16th of Feb. 16th of Feb. Makes sense. Of course it makes sense. So the way I look at it is it's not so much about doing the analysis on this, even though that is a breakout and it looks way stronger than NASDAQ generally. That's the way that I would look to trade it. Also, when it's trending, notice over here it did hold the 20 moving average on the daily quite a lot. And then even during this hyper vigilant, any pullback to the 20 was met by quite a lot of buying pressure. So again, if we get some crazy movements, 3,400, etc., 20 moving average will be something I'm watching it with. Welcome to the almost 1,600 viewers out there. Guys, are we at 500 likes yet? Because you guys know what that means. Are we at 500 likes? I'm not even sure. 408. We need more likes so we can play the music, because this is the day that we play the intro music. This is the green day. Doge moving on a Musk tweet. Exactly. Mike H, US $4.99. Search Snoop Dogg and Dogecoin on Twitter. You'll see why. Okay. Snoop Dogg and Doge on Twitter. Is it ranking or something? Oh, I see. All right. That's pretty good. That's from Feb, but it's still so funny. I did never see that before. What's going on here? Is there some trending thing that's happening? It's not trending for me. Not sure what's going on. I like this one. Some of these are pretty funny. Oh man, there he is. That was a crazy film, the old tiger guy. Yeah, look, Doge definitely will drop. Is it already gone? Let's have a look how much it's declined. Not that much, 0.066, 15 minutes. Still holding as best it can. Let's go to the 1 or 3 minute chart. No, 3 minute chart's not going to help us. 5 minute chart. Okay. We can dial in here a little bit. This will be coming back to all 55 seconds. So we're going to watch 55 seconds worth of Doge as I read the chat, because I'm interested to see where this 5 minute closes. Because if it closes another pin or hammer bar and then makes a new high, you know that it could be starting to rip back up here. Snoop Doge NFT coming out tomorrow. I'm stacking up my Doges, says Don Hostine. Wow, that is the absolute massive. Well, it is already trending. Snoop Doge, literally the name. It will trend, hopefully. It was certainly trending before. Chipotle up 1%. Today is burritos or BTC. Tom's TA, Snoop Doge, Snoop Doge. Wow, I've got a lot of spam here. 500. We are over 500. Make it happen. Okay, well, because we have a few seconds left, let's move on over to it. Let's get it hyped up today, guys. I know I'm ready. We could be seeing history here today. 4,000 S&P 500 could be coming in. Snoop Doge is trending. I have no idea why, other than the Elon thing, but it's all happening. And it's always a lot of fun. All right, guys, I wish you all the best today. It's going to be good. Let's get into the intro. This is Doge right now. No stock market, just Doge. Whew. That's exactly what you guys did. You just sent the rocket ship up, but it's gone to Mars. So the 5 minute closed a little bit disrespectfully for Doge traders. 0.67 is the miniature resistance here on the small time frames. You got some rejection, you got a little bit of rejection, not doing so well, and now you want further momentum through. So if the momentum starts again, then maybe it moves on up. As you guys know, people jump in this, and you might be pushing it towards the 0.08 resistance. We'll have to find out more. I saw the Nasdaq 4,000 in 2000. Now the S&P, says RFTAC. See, RFTAC knows. You know the big deal here. Let's actually have a look at the S&P. Oh, it's a thing of beauty. Look at it. Look at it go. 39.93. Let's have a quick look at a 2-hour chart just to put in perspective. It really wants 4,000 for the weekend. We don't need many more points. We just need 13,300 on the US 100. And I believe because of everything else holding, we'll hit 4,000 today. History will be witnessed on this stream. Yes, I'm very excited for that. That'll be sweet. Green week, says Paul. Hey, you know what happens, guys. Going into the holidays, it's always green. Monday, usually pretty bad. Let's switch over to the other one. Let's get into this. Tom, what could be the top for NEO? The tippity top. NEO should be doing quite nicely. Pre-market is awesome for you guys. 5.72%, 41.23. So it paid off taking that level the other day for some people. $35 was the level people would take you. Today's actually very strong. 41.22 puts us above the point of resistance. That's sweet if it happens. So if you get through this, the point of support was going to become resistance. Then we were going to move on up. 46. So 46 is most likely the next target. And then you've got your 50 and 55. But 46 would be the next target if it can hold above 40.50. So 40.50 into 46. 46 will then lead into 50. These are all pretty accurate kind of zones. And then from 50, the really big problem is going to be 55. 55 is a super resistance. And the reason why is you have previous peak here, support, and everything went bad here. Generally speaking, you would expect NEO to be either here or here when Tesla reaches 800. So when Tesla reaches 800, you would have thought 55, but because it's been weaker than Tesla overall, I think it's probably 50. So synergize them together. Remember, Tesla is the needle stick for these ones. So whatever Tesla's doing, you've got to focus on NEO from that perspective. It's like the index for EVs. Top for Nasdaq today, you would think 13,300 from a resistance standpoint. Presto, US $5, given stonks moving up. How do you use your TA to set up losses so as not to get slaughtered on the downside, yet not to get taken out by the market makers? You got to be really, really careful, and it's using a series of higher lows. That's the only way you can usually do it. So once you've assigned, let's say, a strength, and we'll have to get rid of a lot of lines. Let me just quickly remove all these. Okay, so we'll go back to a naked chart. So once you've assigned what you're trying to do, let's say you're saying, okay, I want to go bullish on this after 13,300. Where do I have to have my stop? Ironically, you may have to have it, the safest point to have it is going to be underneath the last swing. So it's going to be somewhere around here. That's the safest point. What I would generally do though is I would look at the real market. So I'd actually switch to the NDQ or NDX. And you'll notice it's completely different. And you will usually put it behind the lows. So you'll have it like here. And then as it moves up, which it actually has already made a new high, so you could actually probably put it under here now. As it moves up and makes a new series of highs in swing, so it pulls back, makes a new peak, pulls back, makes a new peak. Every time it makes a new peak, you're going to want to put your stop loss underneath the last swing. And what that allows you to do is it allows you to follow it pretty closely, but it's more importantly, market adaptive. And that's the key. Market adaptivity is everything in trading. If you think about it, how many times were higher, like say like over here on the left-hand side, how many times were you taken out through this run? So you were using moving average, you would have gotten slaughtered. Your 50 would have got hit up here. But if you were market adaptive, so we've got new peak here, move it up. New peak here, move it up. New peak comes down, new peak here, move it up. New peak here, move it up. All right. New peak here, move it up. And then depending on how you treat this, I'm not sure if you would consider that a proper pullback. So you'd probably be stuck in around here. And then you've got to make a decision, because you don't usually get that kind of extension. Yeah. You've got to make a decision whether it was at a peak or not. And I would have argued, well, you just go look at the S&P 500 and it was hitting literally the trend line. There were a lot of reasons behind it. But in essence, you will follow it by new peaks and bases. That's the easiest way and the best way that's market adaptive, if that makes some sense. Thank you very much for the $5 donation there, Jay Presto. Marcus Horn says, expert life tip. If you put through the money on repeat quietly in the background while watching the stream, you can have a 3-hour long hype session. I don't think my heart could take that, man. That would be way too much hype. Way too much hype. Harry Chu, Tesla is going to 3K, Harry says. Kathy said so. But Harry, what do you say? I don't want to hear what Kathy has to say. I want to hear what you're saying. Harry, the resident massive bull in Tesla, tell me your thoughts. By the end of this year, Harry, I want to know, where do you think Tesla is at the end of this year? Give the call out now. Panther says, Tom has the best arrows in the game. That's true. I do have the best ones. Let's have a look at Palantir. Everyone's harassing me for Palantir. 5.67% yesterday. Yeah, it was good. We got the little double bottom. That was nice. Strong movement up. 23.93 now. We're not out of the full doghouse on Palantir yet, though. I want to get above 24. I want to go above 24 to put us back into the good areas and the good zones. Once we get above 24, then we can start to really talk about it. But look, the bottom's in for now. You can see that with a little double bottom. Double bottom equals the end of a trend, the start of a new trend. It looks to be at its base. The base is formed. Continue to worry about the Nasdaq more than Palantir, because as the Nasdaq pulls through, Palantir will pull. And as Palantir pulls up, what's going to happen? Hype is going to come back in. I'm not sure if it's trending yet, but it will trend. And when that does occur, you'll be pretty excited with this one. Where is Harry? Harry says $1,200 Tesla end of year. There we go. It's down. Harry says 10,000. So no, he doesn't. He doesn't. Tesla's 1,600. Whoa, I didn't know I had a bigger bull than Harry in here. Code Smith, Tesla 1,600 by the end of this year. Mark my words. All right, Code Smith, you're actually going to... I'm going to make a wall of fame calls for the stream. You guys like that? So when people make calls, I'm going to put them in a collage and bring them up, and we'll see where everyone is at the end of the year. So we've got you down here, Code Smith. I'm actually going to copy your name. I'm going to put it in my notepad because I'm a boomer, so I use notepad. There we go. And then I have Harry's in here as well. All right, there we go. You're collaged into it. Dimitar says, if Tesla reached 3K, we should leave the earth. No more hope here. Yeah, 3K is a pretty exceptional thing. That robot taxi will have to come off very, very hard. Let's go back over the Doji for a second. Let's see what's going on there with Doji. Doji US dollar. Oh, has the pump ended? We got to 0.071. Now we're down to 0.063. 0.063. ADA 1.1887. Still okay for now. Let's have a look at BTC. BTC's okay. You need a 59,330 close above on the 4 hour, and then things will go much, much better. US dollar Tether. Euro, sorry. I mean Tether. Euro. What am I talking about? Ethereum. Still looks okay. Nothing really wrong here. Made a new high. Failed to hold it. So now you just get to go down the 1 hour. See a little closure. Actually a little chop in here. So nice little range kind of market. Closure above on the 1 hour should signal. That's right, folks. $2,000. And will I be happy at $2,000? That's right, because I put my own prediction down on Ethereum this year, and I said, damn it, we get 2,600. That's where we're going to go. Why don't we go there? We should go there. 2,600. It makes sense with the whole ETH BTC thing. You look at ETH, you look at BTC together. You think about how they're correlating with each other. Ethereum is horribly low to the BTC ratio because of competition, because of stupid ETH gas costs and everything like that. But it's back on support, and I could see it at least going to 0.04. And if it does that, we should get like a 2,200, 23. I don't even know what it's going to be. How much difference is there? A lot as percentage. But yeah, probably like a 22, 23. And I would hope that it can get back to a 0.06. That would be the idea there for it. DOT, you're looking for a daily close above 38, 30, I think it is. It's failed to do it. What's this line? 38.20, but I think I want 38.30. Get rid of all the stuff that we had previously. We analyzed this like a boss. It's been a great time for DOT traders. 38.30, yeah, that's what I want. Above that on the daily. Put me down $4,200 ETH, says Rob Schwartz. All right, I'll put you down for now. Maybe I'll have to rethink the way I do this list. Write this down, Tom. DXY 108 by July. John, you're crazy, man. 108. Whew. That's a big number. I don't know if we can get that one. I'm not on that train. I'm not on that train at this stage. US 100, 13,250. When we had a look around the markets before, we saw some big greens. Pin Duo 5%. Trade Desk 3.35%. Baidu 2.76%. You might be saying, Tom, the value's gone. It's all left me. I made mistakes. I didn't get in. Don't worry, guys. There's plenty of still high quality stuff out there at pretty damn affordable prices. Taryn Bablani, Canadian, $5.49. Hey, Tom, CDIM, please. This is a revenge trade, lol. Stop loss. Oh, well, at least you admit it, Taryn. That's good. Got a new member coming in here as well. Fool in Japan. Welcome to the Stonk Squad. Welcome to the community. Fool in Japan. Good luck today. You know that you've got 5% extra power in the market now from joining the community. And we look forward to having more of your chats in the room. Taryn, thank you for the $5.49. Let's have a look at CIDM. Let's click it. Revenge trade, you said. How did you revenge trade this exactly? Don't tell me you bought up here. I hope not. I hope not. No $2 purchases. I don't quite understand. I thought we did this one the other day and we had $2 as our target, or $2.20 as our target, which did play out. I'm not quite understanding why it happened. But anyway, look, good news is you're back on support. Pre-market 169, so you're up 1.2%. Was down quite significant, a little bit yesterday, and it's had those nice bull runs. Look towards the $2 to $2.10. It is on support. It has found the 20 moving average. Most things here look okay on the 4 hour. Let's have a look at the 1 hour. I mean, it's not a healthy chart. It's not the type of thing I like, but it is support. So support is found. I like $2 as resistance, but the market said $2.10 several times now. So I guess $2.10 is where it's at. What I would do is you want to get through here. And once this happens, once it triggers through there, very likely to go $2.10. So that price is 186. I don't know why it stopped there. It was having a great time and then didn't. Pre is 169, 186. See how many lines are there? I would assume there's going to be quite a lot of people trying to sell it at that high. If there isn't that much and it gets through, good news technically. There should be some good participation to 210. Good luck on this one, Taryn, but there's not much more to say other than it's on support And I would like to have lightning bolts or something better, but that's the one I'm watching in the markets at this point. SAC Honda highlights US $4.99. Top of the morning from Los Angeles. Can you provide your world-class TA on the Baidu? Yeah, I can do the Baidu. World-class, you reckon? World-class. All right, that's cool. I like that idea. The Baidu, 2.83%. So we've got to remember that we're actually at 223 now, which is purely on the resistance. For new people out there, if you're not aware, generally pre-market opens will open on a point of support or resistance. If they're having a good day or a bad day, they often don't open in the middle when they're moving hard in the pre-market, because it makes sense to open there. It puts instant critical pressure on the resistance. It puts instant critical, like, what's the real sentiment for the day? All of those types of things start to play out. Here's the closure point that we're looking for above, so 223. I do like the consolidation before it got here. My problem is how much left in it is there, because you're going to 231. It's very tough because you have a 231 support, and then even during the crash, if you notice, you go down to like a 15-minute chart, there actually was a level where it found resistance there. So when it gets through here, I think 231 is likely after it closes even a little bit after 223. So that's still a good percentage. After that, not even sure if 248 stops it. Could be very nice. There's a lot of noise in here. So probably 260. So 231, I think, is a very big problem. And I would expect selling back to the 223, retest. And if it gets through 231, then you can move, I think, towards 260. Somewhere in here, I'd be wanting to see more price action and more future into that point. But yeah, 231, the market should stop at. Watch the 223 today. Little close above will trigger 231. Good luck there, SAC Honda. That's my thoughts on this one. It does look like it's coming out of recovery, but the real test will be around that 231. Brandon Tyler says, shill. Lol, joke. No, not too much. I put it in the comment, but no doji shilling at this stage. I'm just worried for you guys. I'm worried for people that are in doji. I truly am. I'll have another look. Okay. That's good. Previous resistances acting as support. Go down the small time frame. You guys know I don't like this coin, but that's what's happening right now. How much of that is a percentage? So percentage wise, it's currently down 10, was down 11. Makes sense for it to find buying pressure here. It's probably the best level. But I do feel like it's short-lived because we all know it's a joke. I'm really big on not liking it that much. But a few people pointed out something about an NFT token and all sorts of things that might create hype. Remember, it is a gamble. Gamble. Good luck. Megan Taylor, Canadian $5. Hi, Tom. Great content. Thank you so much. Could you please check Hive blockchain on the TSX? Certainly can for you. Hive blockchain on the TSX. Ooh, that looks all right. So we'll go down to the smaller time frames. Looks like we've got a bit of a trend line that's come through here and broken through. You know I love that. I do love a good broken trend line. You also have that 450 area. So if you go to the 450 area, previous resistance, that was snapped, which moved up. Previous support, very, very good. Where's the next area? So 5, little bit here, but I don't think that much. 550, 6. It seems to like every 50 cents which is the clearest best zones? Go back to the daily to try to find out, but things are looking very bullish there. Is it 6? Could be 6. Just having a look at the last 17 high. I tell you, if I was in this, I would have been all out on the 17 high. Every time I would have been there, just been like left a little portion on and let the rest ride. Yeah, look, I think 6 makes the most sense based on everything that we're seeing so far. We've got a good breakout. We've got a good test of the trend line, at least some consolidation, nice movement up. Once you close above 5, it should move its way on to 6. So I quite like what you're seeing there, and it looks good. Guys, we're about 1 hour away from the market open now. This Hive blockchain looks interesting and has some opportunity in it, Megan. So I hope it works out for you. Eric Rivera, US $3.99. Can you take a look at AAVE and give me your TA and your opinion? Sure. Paul, I'll do that in just a few moments. Paul Tiggett says, at FX Evolution, do you ever look at insider trading on screeners? Playing around with that on FinViz has me looking at COTY this morning. Yeah, you want to look at insider trading a little bit, and specifically you want people to be holding it. So one of the key things that I like to always look for, let's say you have like a penny stock, and that penny stock is in pharmaceuticals or something that's got like approval coming through. If you've had most of the directors, CEO, etc., all holding the stock and not doing much rotation ahead of it, means they usually are pretty confident they're going to get it through. And I think that's a very strong kind of match made in heaven between insider trading and others. You need to be careful on insider trading as well as a tool, because things like Nvidia, the CEO of that has been selling constantly with his options, and that hasn't been really a thing. So it hasn't really moved down from that. So just think, what is the most important part of the insider trading? Who's selling, who's buying, why are they doing it? Ryan Ward says TA on Doji is pointless. It's a random gamble. Pretty much, Ryan. Pretty much. There's been some TA that's worked on Doji, but very little. Basic. It's really just basic human psychology. Could you use an indicator on it? No. Could you use something else on it? Yeah, it's possible. If you guys are enjoying the stream, you like what you're seeing, remember to subscribe, hit that like button, and we'll get some hype train in for you if we get to the 1,000, because that's really where we want to go. But yeah, Paul, that's my thoughts. Inside trading, very important, but just think about what goes on next. Active versus Paffy says, Doji, trade versus invest. Invest? No. Trade, maybe. Eric, you wanted to have a look at AAVE. Let's check that out. AAVE. Firstly, anyone that's coming in here that's doing crypto, 8-hour chart, highly underutilized. 4-hour chart, also a great one on any crypto. That's not going to be good enough, so we won't use that. Sometimes you want to test. Horizontal support resistance, always the best to use whenever possible. Might have to go to a line chart for this one. So line charts, guys, what it does, it shows you the close price. So you use a line chart if you're trying to find like kind of like an average level through a zone, something like that can be very, very helpful because it shows you that close price. Don't think the line's going to help me too much. I'm seeing, oh yeah, well, there's the 400. So the 400. I'll go back over to the candles. So if you're ever getting confused with a level, try the line chart. It does pay off. So 383, I think it's a bit of a middle of nowhere kind of thing. 400 has been broken before. And every time it's broken, that wasn't actually a signal to go long. So there's a lot of strange level purchasing that happened over here. It's like, where is this? Like 410 or something. But even when it got through 410, went to 452, it's not been amazingly good on the TA. It does trade off it does trade psychological points a little bit. So 300 led to 350, which was supports and resistances, which led to 400, which led to 450. So if you get above 400, you are aiming for 450. And then 500 just before it stopped there. Every 50 matters. Is there a trend line that comes through here on the 1 hour? Yes. Okay, that's the first actually good thing we have. That's fair enough, I think. Through the wicks, that's pretty accurate. All right. So my thought process is we are getting a series of higher lows. However, we get pretty much the same kind of highs. This could be seen as a coil ready for a breakout because you're just underneath the key psychological. If you close above 400 here with this sequence and it continues to follow this trend line on the way up, I think 450 is your next target and then 500. Every 50 seems very logical for this double AVE. Very logical. So like a lot of cryptos, they trade off basic human kind of concepts, which is go for the $50, go for the $100, go for the $50. So whenever possible, Eric, you always want to use those. We broke it down as much as we could. The upper decks, US $10. CSCW thoughts, any chance of a $2.25? I'm new to the market overall, and your TA is an art to watch. I appreciate that, the upper decks. If you guys agree with it, remember, subscribe, guys. We'll be doing lots of crypto tomorrow as well. Crypto Friday because the markets aren't open, but crypto stops for no one. Into non-farm payrolls. Should be a lot of fun. Before we do upper decks donation, let's have a quick look here at the dollar index. Dollar index is falling. That's again bullish powder for the stock market. So even more reasons why we may go towards the 4,000 today on the US 500. US 500, 39.93. All-time highs look definitely probable on the open. US 100, 13,258, going towards 13,000, where we do expect some selling pressure. Notice last time 288 was the sell-off zone. Then before that, it was like 13,299. So you've got to start being careful here on the open. There will be some profit takers, I expect, around this zone. Important area. BTC for 58,614. Use the 4-hour chart here. Use the 20 moving average. It's already bounced once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. Little wick rejection. We're looking for a close above 59,330. Because guys, if we get above that, first close above that in quite some time, I think that then sequences, we break through 60. I don't care about 60 at that point, and then we can move towards 61,000, 800-ish. I think there's even more in it after that, though. I think it could go 65, and I mean it. It really could. We're in altcoin season at the moment. Ethereum's coming to life. DOT's coming to life. ADA hopefully comes to life later on today. 116 continues to be support for that. Gold, meh. 1720 getting targeted due to the dollar index dropping. Once you get through 1720, you're back into 1740 territory. I expect it to participate from 1720, closure above, to 1740. Gold, that will also bode well for silver, and US oil is all over the place. John S will be happy because this is a mixture of everything. Upper decks, let's do your one. CSCW, Color Star Technology. Any chance of a 225? I'm new to the market. Okay, so 170, 225. How'd this happen? Assume you got a little bit hyped here, man. Which we all do. And you did admit you're new to the market. One thing you want to always try to do with these is you need to know that when you're getting into a stock like this, look at the market capitalization size. So this one is only $51 million. It's also, look at the left to learn about the right. Pumpy dumpy, all the way back down. Pump, dump, extra height, possible dump. The good news is it's done a double hype, so maybe there's more in it. But yeah, I would say this is going to pump dump. There's no TA really that we can do. I mean, it's just gapping all over the place, madness. Very small market capitalization size. No moving average can follow these types of wicks and everything. There's always a chance that you get 225. It is finding, well, it was finding some buy pressure. Now it's got a close on it of 5.06. I'm not sure how much you're down, but yeah, 161. That 161, probably more like 160 area might act as some buying pressure just because it was previous resistances. It's very hard to TA, bro. Very hard to TA. 2 possibly is the next resistance. 225, I don't think so. Because that was an anomaly gap up and then sold off instantly, which means there was no real demand there. Because look at it. It came up and then sold off. There was no demand there. It sold all day long after the gap up. At least previously there was some demand around $2. So I'm thinking $2 is literally the best you get out of this. I do wish you all the best though, Upper Decks, and welcome firstly to trading, and hopefully you learn from your experience here and you start to trade quality stuff. And then when you do these types of things, you're doing it with money you can afford to lose, because these gambler stocks, you have to be able to just like literally chuck it away. Artmaster PL says AMC, man. You got to do AMC. All right, we'll do AMC for you. Let's bring it across. We'll do the dual screen. What is this hideous looking data here on GME? Let's go back to a daily. All right, we have changed nothing since yesterday. And we have changed nothing on AMC since yesterday. We still have the exact same levels. So it's a boring city on AMC and GME at the moment. But the news is you're going to hopefully find your direction soon. What that will be, we do not know yet, because we're in the middle of nowhere land. Above 200 on the 4 hour, like I always say, 4 hour 200 plus close will expose 225. Then it will expose above 225, will expose 250, then 295. They're the zones to the buy side. And I think all of them are quite solid from previous history. On the left, we've done a lot of analysis on this together as a community. I think that's pretty solid. Now, underneath 173 with a close under the 4 hour, we go towards 120. And then eventually, if it does keep falling through, you know where I think it'll stop. It's somewhere around $90. There will be buying pressure for GME in the 90 target if that does happen. So there's the two cases in here. There is no clear direction, and therefore you're basically channeling or range bound. There's just nothing for you. AMC, a little bit different. $10 here. Support. Closure below 10 is going to trigger into 9. Closure above 11 is going to trigger into 12. 4 hours, both ways. Again, you need the resistance or the support. It's really all you can do. So it's just hovering in a range. I guess with AMC, you could probably go even smaller and start to go between 10.50. You probably could do that because it's been such a tightly held position. There's been no closes for some time now in the hour. Yeah, I think that's fair. So close above 11, close below still $9. So close below actually presents the bigger opportunity of profit. I'm not going to do that, C. Joe. I know exactly what you're thinking. I'm not saying Emma. Decade. I'm not saying it together. Nasdaq, please, says Jose. Nasdaq, please. All right, Jose, we'll do that one. Snoop Sundial. Oh, no. No Snoop Sundial. Welcome to the 1,534 viewers. We are now 50 minutes away from market open. Let's have a look at how the pre is holding for us. It looks really good. Okta up 3.43, Roku up 3.14, Tesla 3% now. Wow, we are literally looking at 700 today because I could see a 5% day out of that. Teladoc 2.89%, 187, doing all right. Shopify 2.71. It is just green through all the tech. Look at us go down. Tech. Alphabet even 1.2%. So Fang looks to break the resistance today. That'll be the biggest chart. Goldman Sachs down, Toyota down, JP Morgan down, and in the crazy speculation, the best speculation of these seems to be weed stocks. Molecular data, CCIV actually up 4%, Tilray up 3.7%, and then Afria. Go over to our technical analysis on the NAS. We trapped this one really, really well. We hit our resistance of 31.76 yesterday, traded off it, which was great, or 31.75. Then we move up today to 13,300. We start to probably find resistance straight away on the open. Closure above 13,300, as we've said before on this channel, moves us towards the 13.6. When we hit 13.6, then we find a little bit of resistance play, but it's such a strong close. And the Fang will be coming along with us as well. Remember the Fang chart, when you bring that up, the Fang already was going for the daily yesterday. I don't know why this volume comes up. Let's get rid of that. So the Fang was already going for the daily close of 4,513. And when that occurs, it's all green because that is a super strong play there on the Fang. You actually forget how much it dropped off during that September period. Let me have a look here. Top to bottom, how much was that? Wow, it was 20%. 20%, guys. That's how much it really was during that September period for the Fang stocks. So I'm very bullish. If it gets through 45.13 today, it should be a very nice green week next week. All right, we'll just quickly load up the screeners here. We'll load up a 4 so you can check them out. These are all futures, trades, and pre-markets. I'm just going to go to the toilet very, very quickly. I'll be right back. And don't you guys go anywhere because it's going to be a very good session. I've got some fire for you when I get back. Sorry, guys. I'm muted. Yeah. Thanks, Ty. You saved me there. I didn't actually know I muted up. 41.31. All right. John Barnett, US $10, says, need some advice. Got 3 calls. BLNK. Expires today. So you mean educational content. Should I sell at the opening or wait? It's had a hell of a run since last night. Not financial advice, of course. Yes, educational content. Tough one for me to answer, as you know. We've got it up here, though. BLNK, resistance, 41.30. Very cool resistance. Very nice zone. Like, there's nothing bad about that break, is there? 1, 2, 3, 4 times, and now it's got a pre-market 44.69. Wow, no wonder you're torn. So much upside. $55. $55 upside, but it's broken above. But will it hold? I think you've got to kind of go with a strategy that you need to implement together, and you basically need to say something like, hey, you've got this resistance breakout. It's damn good. You're up a lot. If you can't hold it through, I mean, most of the time you'd be like, hell yeah, it's broken through. Now we can move to the next zone, yeah? But you're obviously worried about how much you've got on it. Why not potentially create just let's say, hypothetically, a strategy that involves multitudes of different exit plans? You know what I'm saying? If you had a few different exit plans there, you might be able to hold the position. So I would think that it's a great breakout. If it holds up and it holds like a 44, it might take longer time. So you might be in it for a little while. But it certainly could go up here. Oh, you say it expiring today, though. We're expiring today. Yeah, you probably just want to, do your thing. Sorry, expiring today is a totally different strategy. If you've got it, if you had stock, then yeah, you would probably move towards having multiple exit strats. Because you're above by so much in a closure like here. What's wrong? Oh, that's all right. Don't worry, Ty. I got it. I got the mute done. So 44.70. There should be absolutely no mute going on anymore. Yeah, when it comes through this zone, where it is right now, you're expiring today, so you don't have much choice to. If you hold it, maybe you could take like a portion off. Again, scale. Use your scale. Take some off. Put some on, that kind of thing. John, it's a tough one. You're up a lot, but expiring today changes the game. And you are at that little miniature kind of support, resistance, support area. Good luck. Chronically Sam, New Zealand, $5. Oh, Chronically Sam, I feel bad that you had to donate for this one. You're on mute, Tom. Thank you very much, Chronically Sam. You were saving me. Lucky Tyrone was here, so he actually sent me a few. He sent me a few text messages there, and I think he was trying to call me. He said, "Lol, April Fool," says Code Smith. That's right. You guys going crazy in the chat there. Tough one, John. Remember, you are at that little point of support resistance. Maybe multiple different exit strats for you, and then you never feel bad because you got some out. And you kept some. How can you feel bad? You did the best of both worlds. Josh Park, US $10. TA on MVIS. I think you'll make a few people happy here, Josh Park. Holding $11 calls. Thoughts. Thanks, Tom. Leave a thumbs up, everybody. You got to leave a thumbs up for my muted session then before. Dave G, can you send him Dimitri Jackson? I'll have a look in the stream. I say that. Feel free to send it through, Dave. I'll take a look. Oh, I missed one from Sid as well, it looks like here. Don't forget Sid's stirring the pot. Darth Sidious, Q1 results are in. Sid index up 151%. Finish green 26 of 28 sessions. Submit to the Empire, young Padwans, Tom and Tyranabella. Is that because, Sid, that you are just making way too much money on those 1 minute, 5 minute charts? I've heard that Sid's moved from the 1 minute chart guys to the 5 minute charts. He'll soon join us on the side of light, which is 4 hour plus. Okay, it looks like I missed Dimitri Jackson's donation as well, which I'll do now, and then I'll do John's one. Says $5. Good morning. Running late this morning. Please do Tesla technicals this morning. I have one call of Tesla, 685 strike, 30th of the 4th expiry. Thoughts? I'm down 2K on it. 685 strike. All right. Take a look. We've got some technical issues here today. Let's have a look at Tesla. So firstly, Tesla's TA looks okay. Yeah, it looks like a lot better than it was. You would have been absolutely upset with that one call the other day, but now feeling a little bit better about it. Yet yesterday's movement was very, very strong. To get above 660 was really the aim. Now that we're above 660, we move towards 700. And I think even these series of lower highs, you'll notice I just put a little trend line there through them. The reason why I do that is because we're going to open most likely above that. And I think when we move towards 700, which seems like the thing that Tesla wants to do, then we can really find what the market wants to do next. So we're going to have resistance at 700. I think people will be selling there. And you got to be prepared for that to happen. Now, will you be green at that point? Depends when you bought the actual call and how much time expirations happened. But yeah, it could be green because 685, it's going to be 686 today. You'll probably be slightly down on it still. 700 might green you up. But yeah, 700 is going to be a resistance. When you get through that, we've got the 720 level, which is over here. And I've mentioned several times on the channel, my thought process is once you get through 720, you're going to be moving towards the 800 strike. And that's probably what you want to see. Continue watching the Nasdaq, the Nasdaq, the Nasdaq, the Nasdaq, the Nasdaq. When it gets through 13,300, goes towards 13.6. See how Tesla trades with that. If it does get 13,300 plus break today, you can be a lot more confident in your call position from a technical standpoint. So look, good luck. But yeah, Tesla looks good. It looks a lot better than it did. And it's starting to trade in line with the Nasdaq again. So if the Nasdaq gets through 13,300 today or Monday next week or Tuesday next week, you're starting to paint a picture of some green times for your call there, Dimitri. Thank you again for the donation. Josh Park had MVIS. I'll do this one for you now, Josh. TA on MVIS holding $11 calls. Your thoughts? Thanks, Tom. And leaves a thumbs up. All right, let's have a look. $11 calls. So you're up pretty good here. Yesterday, 50.69%. You must have been dancing all over the house yesterday, man. 1855 up 50%. Now down 8.3. So look, you hit resistance yesterday. You actually hit the tippity top because that's where the tippity top is. The problem with MVIS is it's, again, very pumpy and very dumpy. It's also an incredibly critical resistance. Like, is it worth the risk reward? You know what I mean? No wonder people sold off this zone. You had 1922, 1922, 1922. All of them have dumped so far, except for this one, back down to the 1250, which is kind of terrifying. If you close above, let's think, oh yeah, what's your best case scenario? So your best case scenario might be back to the 24. The problem with that is, what's your worst case scenario? Well, it's all the way back to something like 1153. And these obviously aren't the worst and best cases, but they're most logical conclusions. Is it worth the risk that you have on the table for the potential reward when you hit a level that has been a brick wall now since the start of March? Damn, I don't know, man. It's a very heavy resistance, and you've got to, of course, make some further conclusions about what you're going to do next. But yeah, the 4-hour chart here, tough resistance. Good luck, Josh. Oh, supposedly I missed a second one from Sid, where Sid also gave another $5 and said, again, that he has made 151% in March, which is, by the way, quarter one, which is, by the way, an amazing effort. So well done, Sid, to be able to do that. Now, I'm not sure what your risk-adjusted return is for that one, but risk-adjusted aside, 151% is an incredible run. So well done. However you did it, if you can do it consistently, it doesn't matter. Not everyone has to use a style like us. Not everyone has to. It's all about different style. But that being said, the same kind of psychological principles will apply, and I'm sure you'd agree with that one. TMC, US $2. Tom, what are your thoughts on CERE? We'll check that one out soon. Aaron, $5 US. Morning, mate. Can we take a look at some China ADR Billy JD? Okay, we'll do that. Disca checks, get those likes up to 1K. I like that one, Ryan Ward. Where are we at with the likes? Where are we at? Let's have a look here. Where are we going? Things today to look at. BTC making its little move. ADA hovering around this one, 18,865. Really choppy on ADA. DOT still putting pressure on the 3820. Tesla looking amazing at this stage, up pre-market 2.86. Have a quick look around here. What's going on? Tilray doing well, 2361. Palantir still finding that resistance on 24 in the pre-market. GameStop now green, 1.86. And then don't worry about that one. And then AMC, 1.4%. On the bigger stocks, we have Trade Desk, Pinduo, Duo, Futu, Shopify, Teladoc. Really strong moves through all of the tech hypergrowth. Toyota, actually the worst in the big ones, and Johnson & Johnson and some of the banks. So it's all happening here for tech. It's all green, all good. For Thursday, coming into all green, all good week because we're going into the weekend, and we could be witnessing history today, guys. 4,000 S&P 500. Even Tyrone will be hyped for that. Tyrone, you hyped for 4,000? I am. It's going to be good. Why do people seem to want Corsair all the time? Let's do TMC's donation. This is Siri Therapeuticals Company. Whoa, big pre-market. 30.37%, 17.9. 17.9 up. What are my thoughts on it? Right into resistance, bro. Like every time when this news comes out, it goes straight into resistance. I don't know what the news is, so it's hard for me to think, will it get through this time? But if I was looking at it pre-market and I was going in here and I was thinking, damn, I'm lucky. I made 30% in one day off 11% yesterday. It's a good day. It's a good time to be me coming into a long weekend. Would I really be holding it into that resistance? It's kind of like that other one. I would think, you know, I might get rid of it. And then if it does move further up, then even if it breaks through, it's more likely to come and go from the resistance back to the support from a technical standpoint and then move on with the goods. So it's a very tough decision. A lot of people scale out. They use like 1/3, 2/3 strat or something like that, where they take out 2/3, leave 1/3 on. It really depends TMC, but I think it's straight into resistance, which means that, you know, risk adjusted, it's probably made the move. Aaron, thank you again for the donation. Aaron, US $5 morning, mate. Can we have a look at some of these? So we got ADR. Is this it? I'll look at JD because I definitely know that company. JD is a good one. JD found some pretty nice support. Actually got underneath, but it gapped underneath and found bullishness. So I don't count that as a break in the stock market because this happens quite regularly. So you get the low formed, which is around that $80, $78. Then it gaps below and instantly finds bullish pressure. So that if it gapped underneath and then found red, like that was a red candle, a bearish candle, that would be considered definitely a break. But because it found bullish, the market works differently. So the market gapped underneath there for whatever reason, then found bullish pressure. And I tend to negate that candle, just like we did on Tesla when we were predicting that $800 crash. We actually had two of these. So we had two of these. I'll show you on using Tesla, because this is a cool bit of information. Let's go to... Okay. Here they are. So I remember these things. Gap below, bullish. Gap below, bullish. Gap below, bearish. Blech. It's all over after that. So that was what I actually negated these two candles. And you can go back and watch the videos. I talked about it at quite a lot of length. At this candle here, that was the signal. Goodbye, Tesla, and we'll come and see you back in the future. And that's certainly what did happen. So JD looks really, really nice off that level. It probably hyper extended like the rest of the market. I think that tech was a little bit oversold in Asia, especially in China, because we lost stimulus at the same time the government was kind of attacking them. JD's unlikely to get attacked by the government since Alibaba is the kind of poster child of that. Also, the mistakes were made by JD quite some time ago. So if we have a look on the monthly and you go back throughout time, I think somewhere around 18, there were some fights with the government about then. And that's when things went pretty bad for them. And then it's now recovered. It might have been 15 or 18, I can't remember, but you can read up on the news and find out more about it. There's a lot of benefits for JD. I think it'll actually start eating into Alibaba's kind of profit. Little bit of a trend line here. Go to the 4-hour. Not super strong, but it is into resistance at this stage. So I'd be looking for it to break past the 86 because there was a lot of little congestion in here, and then continue to swing high. Movement towards 92 is my next target here for JD, around 92. Good luck on that one. Another one that you want to look at was Billy. I won't do all of them, so I'll do Billy. Fairly similar to the others. Nice recovery into some strangeness. 120 break will really solidify further bullish intentions on this particular stock. And at this stage, it looks okay. I would probably be looking for something like this if I was going to trade in between the 120. So a pullback followed by a new peak high. And when that new peak high, I would get into the participation from here to here. Not bad. Thank you very much, Aaron, for the donation. Michael Davis says, bleh. That's right. That is bleh. Heat map is FinViz Bradley back. That's correct. Yeah. So FinViz is the heat map that I use. If you want to get to it, might as well do it now. Go home. Click on home. Then click on this little map over here. And there's your heat map. It's reset at the moment. You can select all the PE, PS, float charts, analyst recommendations. This is a pretty cool one. You can see analyst recommendations. Not that that matters that much anymore. Did you see they actually put a price on it? It was in the private Discord, but did you guys see the price they put on Apple? So I think UBS came out and they said, oh, we believe... Nice. That's nice, guys. That is strong pre-market action here. Look at it. Very strong pre-market action on the Nasdaq right now. They put a price on the Apple car and they said, we believe the Apple car is worth $14 on Apple share price. They don't even have an announcement on it. And they put a $14 target on it. It's insanely funny. Eric Kempton, US $9.99. Yo, great work and all, I guess. Great work all. Thank you very much. Can you check SPG Simon Property Group? Certainly can. Thank you for the US $9.99 donation. We can look at that. Good morning, Johnny. Good morning, Johnny Knoxville. Good to have you here, man. Do you like PLTR? I don't mind it. I just don't understand the valuation. But I like the idea. Yeah. Roaring Kitty just tweeted a meme of roaring paper hands, says Michael Davis. Roaring paper hands. Has that done anything to GME? So you got the power and the sway? Not really. Unless it comes through later. So we're at a 1.193 pre-market. So it still really remains that we've got the 200 and the 173 resistance. Oh, sorry, support. Let's get hyped. Click that like, says Johnny Knoxville. Absolutely. SPG here. Simon Property Group. Let's take a look. Property companies. So we have to go to a weekly here to get an idea of where it's at. It's in the middle of recovery, trying to get back to its February point. Okay. It's literally in the middle. So you got mega support somewhere around 96. And you're in the middle of nowhere. How do we figure out whether it's looking good or bad? So 121, little bullish close there. 113 currently. And you've got support around the 106. So I'm just doing this from a top-down perspective so I can show you how I kind of approach it and then how I'm breaking down from the top down. You know, I do this for a currency. I do this for crypto. I do this for really anything here. 121 resistance. We're in the middle of both. So I expect 106 to be hit by buying pressure, and I expect 121 to be hit by selling pressure. Resistance, resistance, resistance. Now, if it does close through 121, that's going to be a very bullish sign for you on this, because you shouldn't be concerned about any of this point. And then you move back to the 140, you would hope. Because everything looks fine. It's all setting up. How's that weekly 20 going? Maybe some consolidation here while the weekly 20 catches up. Then through 121, when that happens, 140, 141, I'd be right there around that 200 simple. It looks good, Eric. You can probably continue to hold through it. It's a pretty wide range. I understand that. But the reality is there's just nothing we can do in the smaller time frames. We can't go and say, oh, yes, I have a clear direction in here or anything. It's completely neutral. But neutral in a bullish trend is still bullish. Thank you for the donation. Johnny Knoxville says, I'm buying physical copper. Pablo DeWega says, Tom, could Monday be bad? Yeah, Monday can always be bad after a decent week. It really depends on the job numbers. So the job numbers will be coming out for the non-farm payrolls tomorrow. Remember that if you're trading currencies or commodities, job numbers do really affect those two. We'll be doing the job numbers here live on the channel as well. So make sure you subscribe, hit that like button, guys, and come through for the jobs numbers. Bitcoin, ooh la la, Bitcoin coming back up, 59,000. Can we get to 59,331? Come on now. We need to get up, we need to close above, and then we're going to witness on the stream a 60,000 pull, and it's going to be awesome. I see it, Johnny. I see Bitcoin at 59,000. 50-pound bricks cheap as heck, says Nope. Oh, that's about copper, I guess. Nothing wrong with company just crushed with hedged margin call. Yeah, the hedged margin call certainly did hurt Baidu, etc. There's nothing wrong with Baidu. It's just mostly government risk. Tom, what are your thoughts on CRISPR? Is it CRISPR? Yeah, it looks like a fine company. I've looked at it a few times. Looks okay. Let's go through some of my favorites. You guys know what they are. Let's have a look at Airbnb. I just feel like looking at it. Airbnb, 1.63% up at a 191. Pretty strong number. Was higher before. I think it's acted relatively technically. Let's get off the 5-minute chart for a second. So we've got like a 213 target on Airbnb. I've done some analysis in the private room, and I'll show you a little bit of it. By the way, welcome to all the new members in the Discord community. If you guys haven't joined the Discord community, click the link up the top, guys. Get in there. We're going to be putting through a whole bunch of more information for everyone, even in the free rooms. And of course, the private one is getting better and better all the time. So I put in a little bit of, I'll show you a little bit of a snippet. Little snippet here. Here we go. We'll just pull this over. So this is some of the information that I was looking at today for Airbnb. Oh, I've been looking at it anyway, which is, you know, going and researching a little bit about the company, about the ethos. I'm always a bit of a fan when they can get such happy people, but at the same time, they technically work them pretty hard. I mean, that's not good, but that's the reality of the situation. So these guys are all saying very, very good things about it. It's important when you're going to own a tech company for a long term. And then, of course, checking out things like Google, etc. So there's a lot more that goes into it, I think, nowadays than just thinking, hey, yeah, I'm going to go and do some fundamentals and crunch some numbers. You've got to think outside the box. And over the next decade, the one thing that Wall Street hasn't done is they haven't moved to the next area. So they haven't moved to something like really thinking about social arbing as much and bringing it in. They've got algos doing it. They've got algos trading news, but I believe that they don't price correctly for the social arb, which is very, very important. Thomas says, join the disco community. That's right. We've got to go in the disco community. Where's my links? I'll spam it if necessary. Dave, spam it in there. Get people in there. We need to get to 7,000 members. Damn it. I want to make it a public community. Doji almost done with the 1 minute conso to the Jupiter. What do you mean Doji is in Jupiter? That makes no sense to me what you just said. I like it. Yeah, that's probably done because it's about to get underneath that zone. The Elon pump and dump seems to be pretty close to over. So back to the Airbnb concept. You've got the 213. I've talked a few times about following trends and thinking about things maybe before they happen. Airbnb had a very nice support. It's just going up with the trend anyway, but it is moving through. What up next though? Guys, my favorite, Disney. Is it back to a point that makes some sense? Up here you were saying, Tom, Disney, $200. No. I love Disney. But I don't like it at $200 for buys. But look at the support that it came back down to. So the horizontal support was solid. It's about that 180 kind of zone. And then you pull it out to a weekly. And you know that in a bull trend, the weekly 20 is very, very strong. So even if the market came back down, it would only come back to a 175. Is that acceptable? Probably acceptable. It's not like an insane amount of risk on such a high quality share. So if it did come back, it would probably find some buying pressure here and then move up. What do you guys think of Disney? Do you like Disney? Yes or no? Do you like Disney, guys? What's going on with Dogecoin, says Xiao Zhang. Yeah, it's got the pump of Elon. Elon pushed it through. Snoop Dogg as well, all those types of things. Got it to 0.07. One of the key psychologicals. It's back down now at 0.063. Look, important area for it to hold. You go into the 15-minute charts. It's really the only way you can have a look at what's going on. It really needs to hold this zone. And it seems to be starting to struggle. Go to like the 1 minute chart. You can see the struggle is real. Trying to base. See how it's trying to buy off here. But it probably is going to... Let's see if it does it. How's this? 15 minutes. So we've got 20 seconds or so till this thing closes. Carter really wants me to look at Corsair. Harry says, no diss. Not a fan, to be honest, says Al Snapatan. Disney will go up, just not sure how much. Exactly, Snoop Doge. It's made a lot of the move. I was a massive fan of it last year in those hundreds and 120s, but Disney is a massive conglomerate, so it's going to be hard for it to make that much. Don't like Disney for what they did to Star Wars. Well, they're about to destroy Star Wars with their multiple different things. Look, it's called like a sugar pill. So Disney will probably sugar pill and overall destroy some of its brands. I also think that people are getting sick of superhero films, but superhero films play a huge part of a collecting hobby as well. So if you ever wondered how most people trade like comics and stuff, you'd be surprised how much the superhero films affect those types of things. Disney is as bad as Facebook on Twitter, lefty woke culture. Probably should have read that. Disney too woke. Okay, a few people are saying this one. Disney dropping Obi-Wan, Loki, Black Widow for 30 USD plus a million other shows. Exactly, Bradley Back. That is, it's a sugar pill for Disney. That's my thoughts. We are down to 15 minutes to go. Let's load up our 4-screener. We've got Tesla 687 pre-market going and shooting towards the 700. We have US 100. Was very strong just before. Then it's pulled back. This is only a 1 minute chart, so it looks more extreme than it is. 13,256 up 1.15%. Tech is back. US 500.45% up. So things are looking pretty good. Let's just move this here. Move that back over. Save it up. Okay. It's time for that point where we make predictions about the close for today. So guys, I want your close predictions. This time for, who am I kidding? The US 100, the NAS, QQQ, give it to me. What are your predictions for the NAS today? I've got mine, but you need to tell me yours. And while we're doing that, I think we've hit 1,000 likes. If we hit 1,000 likes, I'm pretty sure we're close. 881, guys, get us 120 likes. People out there, click the button. Click it, click it, click it. And then we can move to getting some hype train for today. We need to get to 1,000 likes before we can do it. How long have you been trading for, Tom? Says Chris. About 12 years, man. I got in the global financial crisis. And what's that, about 13? Actually? Oh, no, back into the global financial crisis. So I got in pretty much very similar way to most of you guys getting in. Through a pandemic, through a crisis is how most people started, through GME. It's usually some key event that gets people into trading, and then we move to the next one. Laura, aka Nasty MCT, US $5. Thoughts on TSM Taiwan Semiconductor? If you already covered it and I missed it, sorry. All right, we'll have a look here. So this is TSM Taiwan Semiconductor. Haven't covered it today, so we'll check that out. Pretty big top to bottom fall. We've covered it on the channel before, as you know, Laura. Thank you for the donation. 24.25%. 121 pre, so you're up 2.81%. 4 hour. Nice resistance breakout, 121.70. Oh, it's actually just above these little highs here. Just above those little highs. This is the important zone. So you've got your support, your resistance, your resistance, your resistance, and it's going to become somewhere around resistance today. Now you get a close through this. I could see some pretty significant, so we close above. We then move pretty heavily, I would think. And I'm not even sure if there's that much stopping it. I mean, there's a little bit around here. I don't think there's that much stopping it before here. So what is that? That is 135. So it looks pretty good. Very key close for it today here, Laura. If it gets through 121, I could see it doing really, really well. Here we go. Truly MS Messiah says 13,400 NAS. Very cool. 10,000 JC1. 10,000. JC, you're the biggest bear ever, man. Verified News Dave says, I like The Mandalorian. A lot of people like that one. Mandalorian's been pretty good. Dr. Drew Humpy says, my Star Wars is upset. 13,300 says Ray Lim. Flat from the open here. 13,500, 13,550. Wow, if that happened, Mario and Fatty, that would be amazing. 13,322. I tend to think we're going to get, let's go with slightly above 13,300 for me. I will go 13,315. That is a complete guess. But yeah, that is a complete guess. Did I miss your super chat? Sorry, Johnny. Johnny Patino. Oh, I did too. $1.99. Hello from Downey, CA. Canada, probably California. Your thoughts on HOFV? Sorry, I missed that one there, Johnny. I wasn't reading properly. I went to a wrong tool, I think. All right, let's have a look at HOFV for you. We are now 10 minutes away from the open. We'll be doing a quick rerun of everything into the open once we get through these two. 506. We have pre-market. $5 was yesterday. Oh, I don't know if I like this one very much. Oh, that's why. It's this NFT thing. 418 million. Is it already hype dying out? Look, I'm a fan of NFTs, but I've said many times on this channel, it's too early. It is gambling until it solidifies itself. It's kind of like Bitcoin back in the day where it used to pump and dump and pump and dump. Next time round, Bitcoin will really solidify itself as a pure long asset that everyone will be getting into. That is very likely. I'm not sure if I'm a huge fan here, but at least with $5, you've got like a psychological zone. Because this is an NFT play, it's going to trade really, really basic. And that is, we go from 5 to 6 to 7 to 8. That type of thing is usually what they're going to try to do. It's lots of pumping and lots of dumping, which scares the crap out of me. I wish I could tell you more about what I like about it, but for me to say I could TA this would be insane. Can anyone TA that? It's insane. You'd have to be on the 1 minute charts, 5 minute charts. Let's have a look at a 15. And from a 15, it looks horrible. It's like a downward trending, slight upticks, and then just keeps moving down. I think 5 will act as just buying, just for the hype reasons that we're already in it. Good luck on it. Brian Jensen super chatted DKK $20. Hi Tom, thoughts on freight car rail in at 205? So a few people have asked me about rail today. Our analysis was pretty much freight car rail. Wait, you're in this at $2? Oh yes, this was the farm machinery thing. Yeah, look, it's doing really well. I'm not sure if I'm like super bullish on it right here. I think what will happen is we came to the conclusion it would pull back to 6, find support at the previous resistance, and then hopefully make its next move up. And the only reason I say that is because it's been such a huge move recently. And if you look at all the other stocks, I think when people are moving into tech, possibly some money may come out of these as they all rebalance up. So looks super strong. Congratulations from being in there at 205. So you were truly picking it. Well, where the hell were you picking it? 205. So you were getting into it down here somewhere. Nice. Cool run. You've run through a lot more than this. It looks hyperextended to me, but yeah, I could see it coming back off 6 and then bouncing up. Eventual targets for it, if you go to the weekly, it's all about 11. All about 11. Good luck on that one. 6 minutes away to the market open. Let's just quickly put a pause on donations. Sorry, ATEC. I will look at that later. We've got BTC sitting at 58,910. It's coming in. We are very, very close to getting what we need, which is 59,330. We need to close above that on the 4-hour chart. The reason why we have not been able to breach it. See the breach? No breach here since 19th of March. We've got DOT making a run for a very strong daily close. We'll be doing a special crypto non-farm payrolls, crazy currency, crazy whatever markets open, including futures tomorrow as well. So come join us for that one. I'll put the schedule here on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe if you like it. Looks like Ethereum is making another run for it as well. ADA coming back up to 119, which is good. 116 heavy support there for that one. US 100, 13,254. 13.3 or just underneath is going to be resistance for today. This is a great move for people in tech. It's pretty damn phenomenal. People in GME, AMC, it is a bit boring for you this morning. 192.75 for GME, stuck between 200 and 173. AMC, it's all about 10 and 10.50. We've gone with 10.50 rather than 11. I prefer 11, but it is coiling within a very, very tight range. So very tight range here. A break either way above exposes 11, above 11 exposes 12. Pretty basic markets there for AMC, GME. US 100, yeah, we've done that one. And Tesla 700 will be the resistance today if it can make it up there. It's all about the NAS coming through with the goods. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. I'm pretty hyped for this. Look at the great gains we've got here. Shopify 3.26%, 1,142. Trade Desk 3, Teladoc 3, thank God. Tesla 3, it's beautiful. Baidu almost 3. That's coming off the back of multiple gains. People that are in weed stocks are doing well. The marijuana stocks, look at them. Afria, 4%. Churchill, CCIV, 3.93%. So it is all green, all good, at least for the morning session. And it makes some sense when we think about what we're going into. It is a long weekend, and usually the stock market does like it. 1K likes hit. Thoughts on Discovery, says Ryan Ward. I'll have a look at Discovery. Disca, yeah? Just quickly. Oh, it's still hovering around. Look, I mean, it's not going to go back to $77. That was absolute hype train for no reason, really. No strong reason. I think it's going to consolidate here. Basically, it's in a blow-off. So what will happen is you may have a little bit more bouncy. It might go bouncy like 55, 60 at best. And then it will probably come back down and then hover for some time. I think a lot of the big move there has happened. Let's get hyped, guys. It's time. We got to 1,000 likes. Thank you so much from the support of the community. Are you guys ready for Thursday? I know I am. Let's do it. So we've got hyper stonks going off their minds. We've got Bitcoin at 60,000 soon. Let's hope. Good luck. See how the ship was no concern? Everyone was bringing the ship to my attention. Tom, the ship, we got it out with TA, guys. It was so easy. Kevin says Discovery got destroyed by that hedge fund margin call. It certainly did. I don't see that coming back. Okay, we're 2 minutes away here. Whoa! Look at it go. Look at the NAS come in strong. Damn, that's only a 1 minute candle, but 13,270. More importantly, that S&P 500, that is very close to 4,000. 3,995. Wow. 3,995. History will be witnessed if this NAS continues to roll. 3,996 almost. Here we go, guys. The final minute. Let me get the bell that I stole from the Nasdaq. I stole it from the room. I've got it here in Australia. I commandeered it. We'll play it early so you guys hear it around the right time. Very cool. Well, market is open, guys. Market is open, but I'll wait till it does open here. Whew. I'm excited. Weeds up because New York is legal, says Ryan Ward. Yeah, but it was going to move up anyway. It's moving up with everything else, I think. So here we go. The final open on the stream anyway. I think that the bell probably should have been pretty close. Mountain Fortress says, let the dump begin. Okay, here we go, guys. Mountain Fortress, you dumped it a little bit there. So market opens. Tesla does get a 688 in the open. What else do we have? We've got 39,977. I'm going to watch this. Damn, I am excited. Come on, can we get it? I'll actually use the SPX code so that we make sure. Oh, it's done. Yes. 4,000. Look at it. Beautiful thing. 4,000. SPX just opened and it hit 4K. Congratulations, everyone in the stream. We witnessed history and we got 4,000. That's awesome. Let the dump begins, boy, says Nekashara Future. I'm not sure if I'm convinced the dump comes at 4,000 anymore. It's done too much coiling and strange things underneath it. Christopher Cardenas says 1K nice. Thank you so much. We'll go over here to A-Tech US $4.99. What do you think about MU and U? We'll check that out in 1 second. We'll just quickly have a look at how these markets actually opened up. Molecular data, Churchill Corp 4.4%, Tilray 2.1. On the red side, is there even anything that's red? Not much. Avio, well, don't worry about that. anymore. See how that pumped and dumped? Avio went to almost $20, remember, and then went down off that FDA approval stuff. Afria, Tilray 2.42 coming in a little bit weaker. Let's go back over to the screener here. Large companies, what's going on? Which ones are moving the most? SEA, wow, Klim, you'll be happy, 7%. Pinduoduo, 8%. Twilio, 4.6. Shopify, 5. CrowdStrike, 4. Woo! Zscaler, another 3. Airbnb, yes, where are you? Where did it go? I don't even know where it is. Airbnb, 3.2%. Nice. I like that. It's all good. All green, all good in the markets at this stage for Friday. 4,000 has been reached. Let's do ATEX. We'll go over here. We'll put on MU. Micron Technologies. Looks decent. I mean, it's pulled back. Very strong chart. Great channel. Great channel. Putting resistance play test on the channel. I could see 110 coming through here once you get a closure above. So something like this, there will be a resistance here, but if it does close above, you can trade it like a channel. Not bad. There's no reason to say this is very negative. I think the 81.58 is probably at the back horizon. You've got to remember as well, this is a semiconductor index and it's beating the NAS by far. I mean, it's already starting to test that resistance. So it looks good on that one. And the next one you had was Unity Software. Unity Software is a full-on double bottom play. Effectively, you need it through here. The price is 113. Once the double bottom play plays out, you expect it to go to 140. So 140 on the support equals resistance side, and that is a beautiful double bottom. So yeah, that if it plays out and closes above here, it's going to be very, very nice pattern. In fact, it should be alerted to me because that type of pattern is incredibly solid when it plays. Nice. Thank you very much for the donation there, ATEC. Meanwhile, AMC down, lol. Yeah, AMC and GME, they're not looking the best anymore. Oh, here we go. We're going to put pressure on 13,291. You'll notice SPX is trading slightly above the US 500 futures. The reason is probably a couple of divs taken out of the futures, but 4,000 completely achieved. Let's get some rockets in the room. Someone said QS is going nuts. Let's have a look here. %15.8%. Sure, that's crazy. This stock's moved pretty nuts before. Can you look at NEO? We looked at NEO quite a lot today. NEO, we've got 46, 50, and 55 as the key levels. Open is nice, 6%. Tesla's open, 685. I really just watch Tesla more than anything else. This is important, needs to close above here because all this stuff in 35s was horrible. So I would like to have a nice daily close, but I mean, it's not really big double bottoming until it gets through 46. Not the strongest at this area. Go semi-Cs, exactly. What do you think of Baidu? Yeah, I think it's fine, but it's got obviously always government risk. Riot, people are hyped. It's good, guys. You're doing well. Now it can dump, says Dave G. All right, guys. Well, as you know, I'll probably leave you a little bit tonight because I will be coming tomorrow for a special non-farm payrolls. Who's going to be there? Non-farm payrolls on a closed day, Good Friday. Come join us. We're going to be doing a crypto special, a collectible special, and whatever the hell else is moving at the time. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Remember, stay away from the doji. The nasty doji. Look at it. It's a nasty coin. Pump and dump special. You guys know this though. You're smart. You got big brains, not small brains. That's why we don't trade the doji here. BTC, 59,000. Will it get to 59.3 and break through? Time will tell. And I'm looking for that dot daily close. I would like to see the dot daily close. Ethereum as well. Yes, 1939. Very nice for Ethereum. Let's continue to see some strength there as Ethereum goes towards the road of 2,000. Planet Musk Vlog will finish you with your question. US $2.99. Is the VIX a dead metric? Just goes down. Yes, doesn't matter anymore. VIX will spike, but in terms of VIX being something that you follow heavily, once it got under 20, we predicted this for some time, you'd get a lot of volatility out of the market and things would go back to normal. Now, does that mean the VIX won't spike again? Of course not. The VIX will spike again, but holding through. Do not fall into this trap, guys. If the VIX goes down to 12 and you think, I'm going to buy it because it's going to go up, the roll costs on the contracts are incredibly expensive. Otherwise, everyone would just be able to buy down here and look like an absolute genius. So remember, if you look at the VIX ETFs, it's all pretty nuts over there. But the VIX is back into what we would call a normalized zone. And after that, you're looking at really very, very big events. Remember, US 500, now that we're at 4,000, the US 100, I mean, look at it, it's going towards 13.3 right now. Get down on the 1 hour time frame. Look at it go. Right, putting the pressure on straight away. This is really all signaling bulls are in pretty big control in the market. Derek 4 with 1 million zeros. Hong Kong $25. Thank you, Derek. Upstart is up 7.57%. That is madness. Yep, that's very good, Derek. It's probably good for you as well, I hope. So good luck with it. Do you think the SPX will drop anytime soon? No. I think the SPX continues to go up to hit the trend line. What I would be doing is literally just get your SPX, chuck your daily on, put this trend line on, and wait for the trend line to be hit. Sorry to tell you. That's what I actually think is going to happen. The trend line, this is the God trend line. You should subscribe for the God trend line. It's just too good. But anyway, till next time, guys. See you tomorrow. I don't think I'll be doing a morning recap. I'll probably do my recap, full market recap on Saturday morning my time, which will be Friday in the US. And, well, no. Yeah, Saturday morning, it'll be Friday in the US, I think. Yeah, Friday day. So I'll be doing a Friday day recap for Thursday because of the algorithms. But I will be live streaming tomorrow for non-farm payrolls. Join us there. Have a great Easter to everybody else that isn't going to join us. And I wish you all the best in the markets today. I think it's going to be and probably uneventful now that it's closed up at these levels. There'll be some resistance selling on the NAS, a little bit of resistance selling on the S&P, and we'll find out what the real market wants to do near the close. So be careful out there, but it is looking all green, all good for now. Bye. Yeah, ENPH is okay stock as well. You guys have been talking about this today in the chat. I saw it. ENPH has a bit of a double bottom pattern on it. Look at like 175-ish as a resistance break. We've done it before. It's actually broken out already of the downtrend lines.